ICE is leaning hard on recruitment, but immigration experts offers then quickly. Oh, ICE offers then quickly withdraws cash bonuses. $200 for each immigrant is insane. $4,500 then I quit. No, ICE says then quickly withdraws cash bonuses. Unveils no age limit. I don't see any news on that. Yo, what's up, Zach? I've been good. I should probably eat something. Pickles keeps a cool and informed. Copen Zombie, thank you for the kind words. Appreciate you. I've been playing Battlefield 6 beta. So is Jason. Is it good? Should I check it out? I only have PC. Someone buy me a PS5. No, don't do it. I have leftovers from work. Want that? Yes, please. Can you chew it for me too? It's on PC. I wonder if it is. Shouldn't it be? I don't use my PS5. You want it? You're insane, Jason. Don't do that. Don't do that. You broke your finger last night, Brian? How'd you do that? Gift goal? Oh, yeah. I wore my green glasses for y'all. Just for y'all. Hand hearts. We're gonna go easy on you. We're gonna do 50 hand hearts. The green grasses are fire. Duly noted, y'all. Duly noted. Guys, my birthday is coming up next week. It's in 6 days. 6 days, y'all. I'm gonna be 37. $37 old. Yeah, on the 17th. House Bill 1439. Your birthday's the 17th also. Happy birthday, twin. I'm 37. Sup. Leaving it what at the door? What do you got? Kaylee, you can bring it in. What do you got? What you got? A pizza? Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Kaylee brought me a pizza. Thank you.
Hey, you want ranch with that?
No, it's okay. I got some. Do I leave my door unlocked? I do. My living situation's pretty dope, but yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna try come in my place. No, he doesn't. He's kidding. Yeah, I lock my door all the time, and there's booby traps. No kids, no wife, no debt. So good right now. Samesies. I have $0 debt, chat, and my credit's pretty decent. Pretty decent. What kind of pizza? It looked like mushroom black olive sausage. Chat, I slept all day yesterday, so that's why I'm live. It's such a weird hour. I love Black Olives too. Go get a lady. Childless cat lady life. Zero debt, house paid for. Sup. Call me Holmes. Good morning from Wells. Hello. Pineapple and pizza, absolutely. Did I do a restart? Am I tripping? I didn't restart, no. But we can get some more likes on the screen. Get some more people chat. We're looking for Trump supporters if you want to debate. Until then, we're hanging out. Relationships help us stay on a schedule. It's true. I did restart? No, I just restarted the app. I didn't really restart. Oh, God. Do I like pineapple? Yeah, of course, dude. Guys, I want some tattoos real bad. Yeah, we've been late nighting it. We've been late night. I'm just programmed to sleep during the day. I can't help it. I'll catch you later, Diana. Another goose? Nah. I want some more tattoos, chat. Yeah, same here. I feel like it'll fix me. It'll fix my depression. How's the tattoo? I don't feel a thing. It's fine. Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
What's up? Are you a Trump supporter?
Hell no.
Oh, sweet. Did you mean to
Yeah,
come
I think
up?
he's too liberal.
Too liberal?
Too liberal. Yes.
You a leftist?
Hell no.
What are you?
Let's just say I'm a little bit more than a far-right Republican.
That's gross.
I agree. It is gross to suck up to commies like liberals like you do. I do agree. It is very gross.
What do you mean commies? You think people are communists?
I do think that you guys are what we used to call back in the 50s fellow travelers. People who associate and sympathize with communist ideals.
Okay. Can you name a politician that's trying to push communism?
Bernie Sanders. Easy. AOC.
No, he's not. Can you tell me what communism is?
Yeah, so communism is essentially a classless, stateless society achieved after a socialist revolution, according to Marx.
Yeah, so Irving is pushing for a socialist revolution.
Revolution, not necessarily. He is a socialist, and I would argue he's very sympathetic to communist ideas.
Okay. So anything that's not just straight unfettered capitalism is scary to you, and it's a slippery
Well, I'm not a
slope.
capitalist.
What are you?
A national syndicalist.
I don't even know what that is. It sounds like a authoritarian. What is it?
Yeah, it's essentially a variation of corporatism.
Are you that? Are you somebody who would say they read the writings of what's his name? Peter Thiel's friend, Larry. What's his name? Are you somebody who would use the words authoritarian phobia? People are scared of authoritarianism. Dictator phobia.
I wouldn't really say people are scared of authoritarianism. It's actually kind of the opposite. People want
Courtesy,
authoritarianism
Arvin,
for the
thank you.
ideas that they like.
Are you a Courtesy Arvin fan?
Not really, no.
Are you a Nazi?
No.
Do you follow Nick Fuentes?
He's got some good takes, some bad takes.
So yeah.
I mean, if you're asking if I'm a grouper, hell no.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I feel like you're maybe just a little radicalized here. I feel like you have some weird disgust with social programs and things that help people.
Oh, I want social programs, just not for foreigners.
Okay.
Yeah, social programs aren't bad. I'm not a capitalist. I actually support unions. I actually support nationalizing the economy, nationalizing industry. What I don't support is letting in niggers, letting in faggots, and giving those people aid. Fuck.
Yeah. Yep. 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 Yellow.
Hey, man.
What's up?
Just caught that last exchange. The guy had 2 followers. You know, why platform him?
I can't tell how many followers people have on my side.
Okay, all right, that's fair then. I didn't realize that. I'll go ahead and drop. I'm not ops, but we don't need to talk to maggots, and we sure as hell don't need to talk to fascists.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too. Yeah, TikTok doesn't let me see. I guess they want me to unbiased, like let people up. Hello,
Hey, how's it going?
what's up? Are you a Trump supporter?
No, actually, quite yet. Comes a question for you, and just like your political leaning,
You're cutting out real bad.
like we should go down, right? Because if like there's something popular on both sides of the political spectrum,
Oh, you're cutting out real bad.
opinion with like
Hello?
Yellow, are you a Trump supporter?
No, I'm not. I'm very sorry. I don't mean to disturb you. I come from Sweden and I listen a lot to the American debates with you and Dean Withers and so on. And there's something I don't really understand, which I would like some clarification on, if that's all right with you.
Hmm?
In Sweden, we have the belief system that if we have free healthcare and free education, we will get more healthy people into work, which will in turn give more taxes to the country. And that becomes a self-propagating system where we increase the net revenue of the country.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really understand why there's this big discussion about paying for the private healthcare, private education, and barring the general public from the system of pretty much everything when it comes to public welfare. Because in the long run, that will only net less taxes. Am I right?
Yeah, I agree. And that's the difference between maybe the left and the right in the United States. We believe in investing in the American public, or we actually care about our fellow Americans, and we can do math. And I think culturally, the people on the right here, they shame people. They don't like people who are in poverty. They're very like pull yourself up by your bootstraps. If you do anything, like give handouts to people in need, that's a slippery slope. That's socialism, communism, probably what my last guest probably thinks. And while it's pretty much just common sense, we see it work across the world, and people and economies flourish because of it. So it's really just a cultural battle. It's not a sense of like what the evidence says or what the data says. It's all cultural. It's all feelings.
Yeah, because my uncle is living in Texas and he got kicked out now with a big immigration purge, so to say. And, he was a big logistics manager for an oil drilling company and they just kicked him out for no big reason. But all in all, yeah, I'm just pretty much baffled that he told me he paid around 4K in health insurance for his family per month. Oh, and it was more expensive because there was an immigrant family, even though they were there on worker permits. So yeah, I don't really understand. It's like you're shooting yourself in the leg in that country over there.
I hate
Sorry
that.
to say.
I hate that. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I appreciate your perspective, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not going to take up more of your time. I was
You're
just
fine.
interested in hearing your view.
Oh, well, I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah, see ya.
You too. Yeah. I think the easiest thing to say that's impossible to argue is we pay twice as much and get worse outcomes in America because there's people in the middle between us and our healthcare collecting billions. But somehow that's the best way to do it. I don't know. It's because no one wants to pay for somebody else's healthcare because they're selfish, and even though that would save money, they would rather pay twice as much. Mods need to tell people how many followers. I guess you guys, mods, you feel free to X-nay people out of the box who have like less than 10 followers or something. Stephen Moran. Stephen Moran is who Trump picked for the new head of the BLS temporarily. A pro-Trump economy person. I'm about to move to Sweden. Yeah, if there's anybody out there looking to help a guy get a passport who took Elon's spot, let people come up with their real accounts. Yeah. Norway would be so sick. Yeah. Is there any nice Swedish single ladies out there? Can we seek asylum in Sweden? I don't know. It's green card speed dating. You can? Green card speed dating is awesome. Core necessities need a public option safety net. Thank you. Thank you. I can't see your at. Thank you. Good night, Sarah. Love you, Pickles, but to get catch you about the rewind listening. Okay, no problem. Blue State should join Scandinavia. The fwick. Hello? Teeks?
Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to.
You're fine. Love you.
But it's okay. I got a question though.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever watched The Oblongs? It was on a Cartoon Network.
No.
Okay. You were talking about tattoos, and they have a smoking cat. The cat just sits there and smokes like cigarettes. And I've always wanted to get that tattoo, but I'm not willing to do that to my body. But if you could look it up and get the smoking cat tattoo, that would be fun.
Okay, let me see. Smoking cat tattoo oblong.
Oblongs, yeah.
Oh, I see it. That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if these are actually from the show you're talking
No,
about.
none of that. It
Uh,
was a cartoon on Cartoon Network, The Oblongs.
maybe just That one?
Yes.
It's pretty dope.
But my favorite position is when it's just sitting like up and doing it. Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Oblong. Yeah.
But that was it. That was the tattoo idea.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
No problem.
Alrighty. I might I don't know. Can't spell Pinterest chat. Don't make fun of me. I want some stuff like this on my right arm. That's insane right there. Like I wouldn't mind getting something like that. Or that. That is so sick. Good lord. That is way sick. Yeah, finding an artist that does this isn't it's gonna be hard. Chat, should I get hand tattoos? Should I get this on my throat? Eh. Do tattoos make you happy? Is it the pain? I just like the look. No, no throat tats. I like the other one more. I'm into hippie, yogi, Buddhist, Hindu stuff. Maybe. Yeah. I'm thinking I'm getting soup tattooed on my knuckles. Like the word soup or like a can of soup.
John,
What's up?
not that I haven't seen you in forever and a day.
I know. Where how have you been?
Chugging right along, enjoying. I was enjoying being retired until Trump's economy screwed me out of $83,000, and so yeah, that's how much money we lost. Oh, so far the stock market fluctuations. The first crash almost wiped us out for real. It was terrible. I don't know what people are thinking. So even my husband, like nobody's going to the casinos. So like he's a supervisor, pit supervisor. They've cut his hours because nobody's gambling because they can't afford to gamble. We've reached the state in the world where casinos are actually hurting for money because the economy is so terrible. And they keep insisting that it's improving, and I don't know who it's improving for. So that's where we're at. But other than that, cruising right along. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. I'm going in and out of bouts of depression, just bed rotting for a few weeks at a time. Just chilling, single again. I don't know.
I did hear that.
Huh?
I did hear that you were single again
Yeah.
through the grapevine. But you can't change who you are. So, I mean, it is what it is. Um, so I'm hosting Mental Health Mondays lives, and we started 2 weeks ago, almost 3 weeks ago, I guess now. Um, we've been, I've been teaching about major depressive disorder,
Mm-hmm.
and we just started. We just finished unhealthy coping mechanisms, and tomorrow we're going to be discussing major depressive disorder and how it links to addiction. And so, if you want to come by and listen, you're welcome to. You can come up and talk about your struggles if you want to, or you can just hang out. It's from 10 to 1 tomorrow, my time,
Oh, that's dope.
or you can sleep.
I just woke up. I just woke up 1 a.m. or some shit. Yeah. So I have no idea where I'll be at 11. I might come around.
I'll shoot you an invite, and if you come, you come. If you don't, that's okay too. And then
Okay.
the next Monday, we're going to be looking at major depressive disorder and its link to self harm and ideation. So I expect that it's going to be an emotional day, but
Okay.
it's actually been really beneficial for me because I have MDD, so it helps me to be able to talk about it, and then also other people seeing that in real time, that there are people they actually know that struggle with it, and it's not just something you're reading about. I think there's a stigma in this country around mental health that just makes everybody want to keep it inside, and I think the more we share about it, the better off we are.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Destigmatize it. Yeah. Yeah.
Have you had a ton of transphobes lately? They've been rocking us out all in Laney's live.
Oh yeah. MAGAs have transphobia Tourette's.
It's crazy.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm glad to hear you're doing okay. Still working and doing all that. That's good.
Yeah, I'm just chugging along. I'm gonna be in Texas probably the last week of the month, first weekend in September. How are you from the DFW area?
I'm right in the center of Dallas.
Oh, okay. So my daughter lives in Oklahoma, and I'm going to be driving through on 40.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, hit me
So
up.
yeah, we should definitely do lunch or something. I'm probably gonna. I may have. I don't know if you know Divergent Mama. Have you talked to her before?
I don't think so.
She lives not far from me. And Fish Bastion actually lives up the way from me too. He's about 25 minutes from me. So,
Oh,
but yeah, we're pretty close. So if I bet Divergent may actually be with me too. I don't know. I'm trying to con her into being my co-pilot, but we'll see. Yeah. So we can go find Charlie Kirk's gums. I hear they fell out somewhere along the way. Did you see the South Park episode where Cartman was doing Charlie?
yeah. We
Was
watched
that
it
not
in
that
Discord.
bad? So freaking funny, man.
It was
Oh my
good.
gosh. That show never ceases to make me laugh. Never.
It's so good.
Yeah. So you don't have a whole lot of MAGA tonight. What is up with that? Are they scared?
I mean, it is 4 in the morning, but yeah, they could be. They could be. I do consider myself the final boss of TikTok debaters.
That is awesome. You're probably one of the few with integrity. Um, oh, he made it. Listen, TV. Here's the thing: if when Cartman is impersonating you, it's not a flex. I mean, seriously, Charlie Kirk. I guess he just doesn't understand that he's being made fun of. We're not laughing with you, Charlie. We're laughing at you. Is it out yet? Yeah, it's
You
I
can get it
think so.
on
I mean,
ValoraTV.ru.
it's out for me because I have a Plex server. I don't know what the rest
Yeah.
of you. Um, so I've got 3 publications coming out.
Ooh.
I just finished an experiment. I just did a finished experiment where I was manipulating cyanobacteria to behave like human
At
neurons.
Storm Crow super chatted $5. Right-leaning source, The Hill, released an opinion on Trump's undeniable mental decline last week.
Thank you so much. And I don't know why I can't see your app, but thank you so much. I see your profile picture. If you guys want to do like what they just did and do a text-to-speech donation, that's on YouTube. If you go to follow me on YouTube and do a super chat, it has to be over $5 for you guys to do that. But that's one of the things I do.
That's kind of cool. Do you think we're gonna have whatever this app is called much longer? Or do you think it's just a constant tease for him now at this point, or do you think they're going to do away with it?
I think by March we'll lose it. I think September they're going to be rolling out some sort of version that's US only, and then by March this will be gone, and it'll be that.
Tell him to hit me up, TV. I'd be happy to. I've collabed with Dr. Blitz and Nixie and Jorge and several others on that side. So yeah, I'm happy to collab with folks. Oh, and I have a new neuroplasticity technique. Hopefully, it's going to be groundbreaking. Not that I'm going to get a Nobel Prize or anything, but a new way of. Are you familiar with the K drug, right?
The what?
The K drug. I can't say it on TikTok.
Oh yeah. Retabine.
So, yeah. So I was using it in conjunction with artificial embryonic stem cells to manipulate the space between neurons, which increases the amount of glutamate between them and allows for the growth of new neural pathways. So I finished the experiment and I have definitive proof that it can be done. So using ketamine therapy along with stem cell replacement therapy to reverse the effects of Parkinson's disease.
Wow. I mean, it makes sense because when you do K, your brain shuts down in a way that's very unique, and when it restarts, it builds new neural pathways. So pairing that with stem cells,
Yeah,
cool. That's crazy.
I'm very excited about it, and so is my boss's boss. So
I've done, yeah.
What?
Don't forget me, and don't forget who would love some of your product.
Oh yeah, we can do that. It's actually legal here now. That K therapy is legal in California, and you don't have to live here in order to take advantage of it. So,
Yeah, I think that's how I got mine through an app called Mind Bloom, and they sent me. It probably got prescribed through your state.
I'm fairly sure it did. Yeah. So, if you guys aren't familiar with it, the basically we're rebooting your brain so that it can, just like you know, for years you've heard the customer service, let's turn it off and turn it back on, or unplug it and plug it back in. That's basically what we're doing with K now, is rebooting the brain and letting it start over with a fresh, in safe mode. So anyway, I don't want to keep you pickles because I know you want to talk to people and then make some moolah. Although you apparently have 562 people in here who like hearing me talk because nobody's leaving, so I don't know. But yeah, I just wanted to stop and say I'm not usually up this late, so. But I was like, hey, John's on. I'm going to go by and say hi. So,
Well, I appreciate you. Yeah, I've got a few in the box. So
all right.
I appreciate you, bub. It's good to see you.
Me too.
We'll
right.
chat soon.
All right, take care.
All right, bub.
But
Yellow.
Yo.
What's up? Are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, sir.
What do you like about Trump?
I like when he shoves his balls down my throat. Sandy Hook didn't happen, by the way.
Yo, what's going on?
What's up? Are you a Trump supporter?
I am.
What do you like about Trump?
He just brought peace to my country, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome,
Where do you
bro.
live?
Armenia.
Where?
Armenia.
Oh, Armenia. Yeah, it was Armenia and someone else were beefing for 30 years.
Yeah, plus 30 plus. So thank
man.
God for Donald Trump. Thank God for Donald Trump, you know?
Good stuff.
Yeah, it is tough and it's
Azerbaijan.
amazing. Yeah, you see that? Just do a little research right there. It's amazing. Bloody war, bloody war.
Good stuff. I will
Yeah.
admit when something he does is good. It's a very rare W from Trump.
You know what? You know what, dude? That's a super win. Like, I put it down. I swear I never would expect you to say that. But wow, bro. So can I ask you what you don't like about Trump? Because saying someone sucks is kind of a big, like, it's a statement, right? Like, what do you do that you don't like him?
I think he's generally like very bad for the United States in just about every way, economically, geopolitically. While that rare W in Armenia and Azerbaijan is pretty dope, I think that our relationship with the rest of the world, considering Trump, is pretty bad. Canada, he keeps talking about taking over Canada, Greenland, Panama Canal.
Didn't he stop a nuclear warfare by stopping Iran?
No, he actually was responsible for that in the first place. He pulled us out of the Iran nuclear deal and thought he could get a better deal negotiated, never did. And they started enriching uranium because we pulled out.
But he said he completely obliterated their nuclear.
Yeah, I know that's cute, but no one else agrees that that's the case, right?
I mean, I'm sure they agree. I agree. I see it. I saw it happen, like on the news and all that.
You didn't see the reports that they moved their enriched uranium and that they're just months away from being right back where they were.
Allegedly, I heard that, but then I heard that was also debunked at the same time.
Got it.
So that's what I'm saying. So as far as and he makes obviously
So
he's a
Trump-
successful
Trump-
businessman.
No, he's not. No, I mean,
Yes, he definitely is.
No.
The ballroom he's building in the White House, the ballroom,
cool.
out of his own pocket.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It kind of worries me, honestly. He's talking about third term, possibly never leaving, building a ballroom. It's kind of weird.
He's not going to do 3 terms. That's alleged stuff. That's just like hearsay, you know.
He's got fucking Trump 2028 hats on his website, dude.
That's a meme.
It's
And there's other
actually
Trumps?
what it is conditioning you. So every time Trump speaks, what he's doing is he's saying the most outrageous thing possible so that society has to digest it, and it's not so bad. So like anything that he says today, if he would have said it in 2015, would have been just completely deal breaking for some of us, I guess. But I mean, talking about shit like saying Kamala is no longer black and all this stuff, saying things that basically empower white supremacists and far right domestic terrorist groups, especially. Pardoning 1,500 of them just says to me that Trump wants more chaos, not less. And I just think he's a horrible leader in terms of like having integrity or saying or doing the hard thing or owning your mistakes or being an example, leading by example. He's just a shit-talking horrible person that tries to get a leg up on whoever he can whenever he can.
Yeah, but besides like those character flaws you're saying, isn't he obviously
He
he's way
practices
better
those
than Biden?
principles in all of his affairs, and no, he's not way better than Biden.
Like
Biden is far more
well, in the
better.
sense that he's actually giving the people who voted for him what he promised them.
That's not even true.
Yes, he is. Look what he's doing with immigration, illegal immigration.
Okay.
Look what he's doing.
Okay.
He's cracking down.
Let
He's
me make my
cracking down
case.
on-
He's not cracking down. He's literally giving people. He's giving regular citizens the ability to arrest people at birthday parties and outside of courthouses. Is
Yeah,
not
they need
impressive.
help. We the people.
Yeah.
Obviously,
I don't need to be
obviously-
saved by some person at a birthday party. I think I'm good.
Why? If you see something, say something. That's a good thing.
What would you
right?
see at a birthday party that looks frightening?
I don't know about birthday parties specifically, but you're saying hiring like the common man. Hey, like I see somebody here, they're obviously illegal, they're a legal person, and they're I don't know, you could report that type of stuff. You could be like, hey, there's a legal
Ooh,
person
there's
here.
a single mother of 3 working at the fucking HEB down the street. I'm terrified. Ice, go get her.
I mean, I'm sure there's more violent cases where they report not just like a single working mother or something like that,
Yeah,
but
60% of all of the people they've arrested so far have no criminal background in either country.
yeah, but just them coming in is a crime, so they're already a criminal.
Yeah, I mean, so is
So it's
speeding.
100% of them are
Are you,
criminals.
have you ever sped before? Are you a criminal?
I never actually got caught for speeding.
But you've sped.
Not on the radar.
But you've done it.
I mean, allegedly,
Yeah.
there's no proof
Well, I
of
mean,
that.
there's allegedly people here that have broke the law too.
Okay, but we could verify that they're here illegally. You can't verify that yesterday I was speeding.
We could probably look at your computer's car and find that out. Actually,
I went to a track.
yeah, we can find
That's
your
what I'm
GPS
saying,
and say
bro.
that it's not true.
Okay, what's your budget? FBI level? What are you gonna?
Yeah,
if
what's
you, for
y'all's
a
budget?
city-
You're spending hundreds of billions of dollars tracking down people who are just fucking chilling.
They're not chilling. First of all, it's costing Americans their jobs,
it's
their
not.
own money. It's costing them
It's not costing Americans jobs.
lives, even in certain cases. The cost of even I know you remember the thing when they were eating the ducks and swans at the parks
Yeah,
and
that's
stuff.
not a thing.
That was a thing.
Okay, if one duck or swan got eaten, I don't think we need to start spending hundreds of billions of dollars rounding people up.
No, but overall, like these people don't want to assimilate. They don't want to learn the
Yes,
history.
they do.
They're
What are
even
you
saying,
talking about? They
what do you
love
mean?
America.
They're marching saying no, they're not. They're
Yes, they
saying
do.
no one is illegal on stolen land. That
Yeah.
already they're saying that okay, it's not stolen land. First of all, second of all, they're saying they hate this country.
They're not saying they hate this country. We're more
They're
patriots than
calling
y'all
it
are. Y'all
stolen
want to
land.
change the Constitution because with a fucking Sharpie.
Do you believe America's stolen land?
What? Yes. Yes, we came
No.
here, we colonized, we killed 98% of the native people here, and then we kicked people off of their land here. I'm in Texas. This is literally, we took this
That's
land
not
by
stolen.
force.
We bought it. We of course
We
we
took
it
this land by force.
That's conquering. That's not stealing. That we conquered it. We settled here. We
Okay. All right, bud.
okay. That's what I'm saying. So it's not stolen.
Oh my God.
Stolen from who? The thieves who stole it from the other people. People they've always
From the
been
native
stealing.
tribes that were here? Yeah.
They were
Do you
always
acknowledge that
chopping the
we
trees.
have literal land that we've given reparations to those people that we stole from? Are you saying we
Right,
shouldn't do
that's-
that?
We did that already. They're
So you
welcome.
acknowledge we said sorry for stealing land? You're saying we didn't steal it?
I'm sure we did that not for the land, but for the Trail of Tears and all that like the suffering more than just the
Yeah,
land.
we came here and just fucking genocided them.
Well, actually, from what I remember in history class, they were so we were trying to be nice to them, but they were scalping us and all
No,
that. So
that's not true.
so we went on the offense.
We literally came and we kidnapped a few of them, and we said, "Oh, look at these people," and then we
No.
started trading them, and then we said, "Oh, they're gonna make good subjects for us to teach Christianity, and we can control them." We actually have journals from people who first landed here, speculating that they would make good servants.
They were literally sacrificing themselves before we got here.
So
They
did
had
y'all.
pyramids dedicated
What?
to that. Yes, they were literally
So does that make them less than
savages.
human?
No, but they were savage humans, and we
Oh
brought
my
Christianity
God,
to
dude.
them. Well, that's what do you mean? Oh my God, that's
We
just
brought
the nature of
Christianity. We brought fucking we
forgiveness to them,
we
God to
we
them.
brought the Crusades. You're welcome.
The Crusades were originated by stopping the Islam people who were like unaliving all of the Christians and Jews back then. That's why the Crusades happened.
Okay.
And as far as like bringing it to the Americas is because America was filled with a bunch of savages. Unfortunately,
They're savages,
That's
but
what-
we slaughtered them. They're
it's
the
not
savages.
about slaughtering them. I'm saying the bringing of the Christian thing. Like for example, I know a lot of very very
We
proud.
brought the
Catholic-
great Christianity and slavery to
Latinas.
their lands. We blessed
At
them with
Radstorm Pro
slavery.
super chatted $5. Caller, you blame the many on the sins of the few. 90% of violent crime is by men, 99.4% of violent crimes is by US citizens. We should jail US men.
Ooh,
That's gotta be racist.
that's not racist. What race are they talking about?
I mean, I don't want to say it because I'm not trying to get another ban, and I barely got this account back.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I mean, I know that Trump, like, for example, my family was finally able to buy houses whenever Trump was president for his first term. Not one, but two houses before that. We were always like on the come up. We're trying to make it happen. And under Trump's first presidency, not only one, but two houses. Our businesses were booming. Now they're booming more than ever. And
Dude, you're so delusional. Trump is the one
oh
who
yeah, nice.
exasperated this problem and made it harder and gave people the ability to buy more for real estate, for people, investors, to go buy all the single family homes to make the market high. It's actually gone up from 10% to 20% since Trump left office.
No, he's helping. Even my sister, for the first time, she just gave birth, and there's even like a thing he's doing. Any child that's born in 2025, I believe, or something, he's gonna help that family
Yeah,
out.
dude, Kamala was going to give $6,000 child tax credit. Trump's giving you a measly $2,000.
Yeah, but Kamala was gonna spend a lot more on like illegal immigrant sex
That's
affirming
that's not true. That's not, dude.
changes. Yeah,
You are so radicalized. How many of those
he said it.
procedures? He said it. It's got to be true. How many of those
She said it.
procedures do you think? No, she didn't. She was
Yeah,
asked
she
by Brett.
did.
She was asked by Brett Baer if
Mhm.
she was going to give illegal immigrants sex changes in prison, and she responded, "I will follow the law, however it is." And it was the same law that was active during Trump's term. You guys
That's not.
just find things that get knee-jerk reaction out
That's
of
not the
people
clip
like
I'm
you.
talking about. That's not the clip. I'm talking about the clip when she brought it up, and she said, "Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make sure that these illegal immigrants get their sex changes that they need."
She said
That's what
that.
she said.
She said,
Yeah.
when did she? Can you give me a clip of that?
I mean, I could pull it up, but I have to turn my.
I've never heard this.
I
She's
mean,
literally, she never brought up trans people at all without being
she did.
asked during her
Well, let me
campaign.
ask you this: like, since I can't verify right now, unless I turn on my TV and my camera and I show you, but if it is what I'm saying is true, then would you agree that Trump is a way better candidate than
No, absolutely not,
Kamala?
because literally what she was talking about took place like once in the last 4 years. So yes, you're just sensationalizing a thing that's not an actual issue, that's not going to create any sort of nominal amount of debt. And what Trump has done is exploded the debt himself, adding like $3 to $5 trillion in debt with a big beautiful bill. Meanwhile, ripping away food stamps and Medicare from millions of Americans and yelling America first.
Yeah, but the thing is, I trust the direction Trump is going because he's a very successful
Yeah,
businessman.
I know, and
He's a
that's
billionaire.
stupid, and that's how people get conned.
What do
That's
you
why
mean? He's
we
running
sit
this
here and we
country like
criticize
a
everything he's doing. We're
business.
looking at all the math. He swore he wasn't going to take any people off of Medicaid. He did. He swore that people that foreign countries pay the tariffs. He doesn't. I can't believe you trust anything he says. He just lies constantly.
I don't know
Constantly.
if he's a liar. Like, one thing I remember that really, really sold my vote, and I never voted prior to this, and I don't think I'm ever gonna vote
When
after
he
this.
talked about Hillary Clinton enjoying the
No,
same tax breaks.
no. I'm not I wasn't on the fence between Hillary. For me, it was this. Wait, is this something we gotta hear?
At Radstorm Crow super chatted $5. Germany blamed the Jews for their economy in the 1930s.
That's
Trump is
true.
blaming the immigrants, legal or not, for the economy.
Yeah.
And we are putting in
Yeah,
camps.
that's not true. That's not true at all.
He is blaming the immigrants for the housing market. He's also blaming the immigrants for inflation. I've had all of y'all come up here and say all of the stuff. Yeah, that makes no sense. You also, the same thing Hitler did was to say that they were responsible for crime, and they're not. They literally are responsible for almost no crime.
Okay, comparing those two, like, is like I don't like when people do that. How are you gonna
I
compare
know.
the
I
most
want you
like
to feel
psychopath?
uncomfortable.
It's not. It's not uncomfortable. It's just like terrible Like, how are you gonna put? They're not even on the same world. Like, one is of the force of good, and one is of pure evil. And
Yeah, I bet the Nazis all thought that Hitler was good too.
I bet they did, but doesn't make them good. Just because they think so, they just.
Yeah, and
Anyways, that's not.
it doesn't make your president good just because you think so. I think Trump is a horrible person, and his motivations for doing most things is unknown. He does all sorts of stuff in the quiet, in the dark, without us
Mhm.
knowing. He has a Trump coin that he can get donations in anonymously through infinite amount of money from anywhere. And
Yeah.
the fact that you guys aren't outraged about it, if Biden had a meme coin that was accepting millions and billions of dollars of donations and accepted a $400 million jet, you guys would go
Yeah.
fucking nuts.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna tell you this. I don't. I never voted before up until this one, and the only thing that got my vote that I was like, "Oh, I'm voting for you, sir, Mr. President," because of what he said about Christianity, and he said he was actually defending not just Christianity but all he wants to bring religion back. Where I noticed America was going super against religion, I felt like I was being personally attacked by all the atheists and all the other people who hate
You
Christianity.
guys are the majority. You're not being oppressed, bud.
No, but it's like Christians, like we lay down our swords, so pretty much the world
Yeah, I
we're
know.
easy
We have to
targets.
call out delusion where we can. And since the invention of the internet, religion has gone down steadily because people are finally realizing that some of the stuff in the Bible is
Yeah,
just completely
yeah,
contradictory to science and from
yeah, yeah.
reality. And it
And
is
good for
strange.
them, really.
And we
Yeah.
shouldn't be using those fictional stories to create legislation in America.
Absolutely, absolutely, and good for them. But my thing was, I was only focused on my fate, and good for the world. Whatever they want to do, let them do it. But me personally, I was like, oh, what's it gonna be like for me down the line being a Christian here? And when Trump said, especially when Kamala said, "You're at the wrong rally," to the people who said Jesus is king, and I was like, wow, that's
They didn't
so
say that.
terrible. And then what
They were
Trump
pro
said,
Palestine.
and
Kamala
Trump would
goes to church. She's
no,
Presbyterian. Trump. Have you ever seen Trump in church?
I seen Trump in church, of course, yeah.
Biden went to church every Sunday. Think
Bro,
Trump
going
goes
to
to church every
church.
Sunday?
Well, the thing is, Christians believe your body is the church, and that the building that you go to, you could fellowship with your fellow
No,
man, but your
this is the
body is your
problem with
temple.
Christianity is no matter how bad the person is, as long as they say they're Christian, you guys buy into it and they play
That's
you
not
guys like a
true.
fiddle. Trump is one of the most horrible, questionably moral person I know to exist, and you guys
Hmm.
fully just support everything that he does without question, and that's terrifying. That is very cultish behavior. If you guys can't criticize a president who is a rapist, who's cheated on all of his wives, and you still call him Christian, who yanks food stamps out of children's mouths, claims to be Christian, sells the Bible with his name on the front. This was complete blasphemy. It is not Christian.
I mean, King James did that before him, so putting your name on the Bible is not too bad.
No,
But
it's literally blasphemy. King
he's
James
promoting
was
it.
literally a translation, a certain type of Bible. Trump just put his
No, and
name on the
Trump,
front.
I know, and it probably sold more Bibles, and it's like his
Yeah,
way
he
of
was
spreading the
making
gospel, right?
$60 off of those Bibles that he got from China, by the way, for $3.
Right, and I'm pretty sure that
Why not just give
those
the Bible
Bibles went
away?
up. I don't know, actually. I don't know, but you're right. I don't know why not, bro. Maybe I'm
Isn't he
sure
a
he did give
billionaire?
a
Why is
couple
he
away.
trying to juice Christians for money?
Well, it's not. I don't think that. I think he's probably going to use the money for a good cause, like making
Like
the
stealing from
MAGA
cancer. He's literally been caught stealing from children's
At
cancer charities.
Rastorm Crow super chatted $5. I recommend looking up the third wave experiment. An accidental the experiment turned a US high school class into fascists in a week. They
Yeah,
didn't
I know
know.
about that. Yeah, we all know about that. That's a old wives' tale. That's not even a real story. That's a novel, I believe. Right? An experiment they did to the children. Blue eyes, whoever got blue eyes is what I don't know. They did something like that, and all right,
I don't
kids are
know.
deceivable.
Are you
That's
not
not a
seeing
thing.
like all the chicks on Twitter right now, sig heiling? Have you seen the messaging that Trump's done and how the rise of white supremacy in the United States has just skyrocketed?
I have not seen any rise of white supremacy. I don't even believe in white supremacy, man. That's just a made up word.
You don't think that people out there exist that are white supremacists? I literally just had one on.
I mean, I'm sure individual people do, but it's not in the system of the United States. It's not systematic.
Okay, so
at
we have
all.
Trump importing people from South Africa that are white, claiming falsely that there was a genocide, and then kicking out 500,000 people who have had asylum claims similar to those people that he claimed have asylum claims, and kicking them out that are brown.
How do you know it was false though? The
Because
genocide
we
in
can actually look up the numbers, and literally 8 people last year that were white farmers died in Africa. That's not a genocide. When 48 people who were on those farms were black that died.
I'd have to do a little more research because
Yeah, you
again
would.
that those these. Oh yeah, I'm just saying I'm not
And that's another
confirming or
instance of Trump
denying.
blatantly lying, citing fake news articles, by the way. If it was real, why would he have to cite fake news articles? He literally cited
Well,
one with graves of other people that had nothing to do with white genocide.
what about to the rest of us when we see like in our country people hate him so much they want to assassinate him?
Those
What
are
they tried to.
Republicans.
No, no, they're not.
They factually are both Republicans.
I literally every single comment under those videos are from liberals saying, "Oh, I wish you got him" or some crap like that. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
I know.
wow, that's
I get
terrible.
that some liberals might be sympathetic to that, but we're not the ones that actually carry out those violent acts. It's Republicans most of the time.
I don't know about that one. I mean,
Yeah, the guy that was in a gun club who was a registered Republican with the Trump sign in his yard, he was Democrat. Who
what if
all
it's
of
a
his
setup? What
schoolmates
if it's
said
a,
that when in sociology class he sided with Republicans' conservative ideals.
what if it's a conspiracy setup and they registered him as a Republican? He's a secret agent. They
Okay,
said
but
go
this
do it,
is
and when
this
he
is
got caught,
completely unfounded theory and only works because you
yeah.
want it to.
Well, I'm just saying, what if like that's also a
Okay,
possibility, right?
but that's
Slander, slander.
the possibility of that actually being the reality of it is very low. Okay, and I don't think anyone's buying it.
I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone bought it because a majority of people voted for him. Look, have you seen the red map thing of the
You
USA?
don't get to keep pointing at the election and using it to verify all of the things you believe. That does not work.
I'm just saying that it's the people's will. It's not him
Yeah, I
doing it. The
know.
people want
People
this
can be
change.
tricked, and there's a lot of y'all who have been tricked. Yeah, he told all of y'all he had no idea what Project 2025 is. He lied. He's doing it. He's got
Okay,
40%
then
done.
tricked. Okay, tricked. What about the Kamala thing? Okay, I'm a first time voter. I'm trying to decide. She's doing fake accents, bro. She's doing Jamaican
Oh, that's
accents,
so bad.
Latin accents.
Have
She's
you heard
doing
of
a bunch
code
of
switching?
that doesn't sound like a good thing at
It
all.
is. I do with my dad. My dad and I talk on the phone all the time, and when he does it, I have my country accent comes out.
Really, I never heard about that. That's a phenomenon that I never. That might be a
And it's a
phenomenon. I
very weird
don't.
thing. You think that her code switching was going to affect the way she ran the presidency? You think
Absolutely, she might be super switching.
you prefer Trump saying shit about the late great Hannibal Lecter and batteries and sharks and nuking hurricanes, things that obviously point to the fact that he's profoundly stupid.
I don't know about that, bro. But it's like a difference of opinion. But I'm not. Why can't we just all get along, enjoy these next 4
Because
years?
Trump
He's
is the
doing
most divisive person in history. Just look at all of his holiday specials on True Social. He wants us to be divided. It's this way because of him.
But Jesus said he came not to bring peace, but to divide. He's going to divide the good from evil. Division sometimes is a
The
good thing.
good from evil? I thought you just asked for why can't we all get along? Now you want us to be
I'm
segregated?
saying Jesus said that, so I'm saying dividing is not always a bad thing,
Oh my
and
God.
dividing is not always a bad thing. But like he
So
can
you're
call out when
automatically
something
putting
is
us in a
evil.
bucket of evil, all of us on the left.
No, I'm just saying if you're gonna openly like just let every like for example like the a word, the abortion word. I don't know. I don't think that's a good thing. They're trying to bring that happen. They're trying to make that happen. They're trying to make kids learning about certain things. I don't want to talk about. They want to.
There's
They're
none of us.
bringing.
None of the politicians are doing this, right? You can't name a politician that's pushing for kids to learn certain things.
Nancy Pelosi actually just recently just said something about that. Nancy
And
Pelosi.
what did she say?
She said that she's gonna make sure that these
Oh, she's going to
children
restore. She's going to restore representation,
on
and yeah,
on a national
yeah.
level.
That's it.
She's
But
gonna get.
that
Mhm.
curriculum in classroom is decided on a local level. So Trump fooled y'all and told y'all that the reason he was taking away the DOEs for the protection of children in classrooms, and that's
Yeah.
not the case. The DOE does
That's
not
a good thing
determine.
though, bro, because Republicans believe in a small government, right? Not
That's okay.
so
That's
let the
hypocritical.
states choose.
Small
Let the,
government is laughable because Trump is literally the biggest government we've ever had. He's overreaching in every possible way, suing colleges to bend to his will, suing law firms to bend to his will, suing news stations to bend to his will, suing cities, sanctuary cities, if they don't comply with his political motives, that he's going to
But those are all
defund them.
corrupt places you named, dude.
Oh,
Literally,
okay.
what do you
Okay.
mean? Those media
Those are
were like
corrupt.
literally.
Yeah.
Well, the
What
media,
did we have any court cases that proved their corruption yet?
bro? We literally, we all watched live all the lies they would spew out about Trump. They would slander him nonstop. Of course,
Okay,
he should sue them for that,
yeah,
dude.
this is what good fascist regimes do. They convince you that you know, the media is the enemy of the people, that he is the only
Oh,
source of truth, aka Truth Social, and he basically just says disregard anything that reporters say. They're the bad guys. Someone just paid to kick you though. Have a good night. You're welcome
okay.
to come back tomorrow.
Thank you, bro.
All right.
Yeah.
Christina, thank you so much. Christina, aka Dolphin, much love for the kick. W Dolphin for the kick. Much love. I'll read it. Let me see. Oh, and tell him the conquerors were from the penal colonies. White ancestors were undesirable. White people's ancestors were the undesirables. Thank you. WWW is in the chat. God damn, it's almost 5 a.m., guys. What are we doing with our lives? What are we fucking doing with ourselves? There are no white people in the Bible. I love that. Have I slept yet? Yeah, I woke up at 1. I have spicy pistachios. That sounds so good, Zilla. Getting ready to go to work because the DNC isn't paying us enough. It's true. You hear me, DNC? Hello?
Brother.
What's up, brother? You're a Trump supporter?
Yes, sir, I am.
What do you like about Trump?
Well, there I want to preference everything I say with there are a lot of things recently I don't like about Trump. But you know, I still obviously prefer him vastly over the competition. But I love that, you know, the border policies, reciprocal tariffs. I think that's something we need to do. I think we've been getting screwed by other countries for years and years, decades.
Let me
I think we're the superpower. We need to start living like it.
let me talk to you about that.
he's-
Reciprocal
Sure.
tariffs.
Yeah.
So the reason Trump keeps calling them reciprocal tariffs is because legally he has to. The president does not have power to do these types of tariffs unless they're reciprocal. So none of these countries have anything close to what Trump has imposed on them, like the $10 or the 10 or 15% tariffs. And it's a huge, in my opinion, it's a huge strong arm. Trump's just strong arming the world to get things out of them, and it's ruined our relationship with most of the world, in my opinion. But
the
there's
dollar is more valuable, so you'd have to adjust for that with the percentages.
Yeah, sure, and yeah, to complain about having a trade deficit with other countries is, I think, also stupid. It's one of his things that he tells y'all to get you to believe it for a second until you research it and realize it doesn't mean anything. Trade deficit's not inherently bad. In what way, shape, or form?
It's deeper than that though, because, and I don't even know if he's really pushed this narrative, you know, to promote it, but like my thing is like we need to bring manufacturing back to America because WW3, it's on the way, bro. Like
Yeah, I
it's
know. And he's gotten y'all all to believe that this is the only way to bring manufacturing back and that this is a solution. And then you can easily just think about this for like 30 seconds and realize, no, this is looking pretty bad. We've got lots of people going out of business. And for us to just be this weird protectionist country with tariffs, sitting behind tariffs and trying to industrialize behind tariffs is stupid. And Ronald Reagan said it himself that it stops people from being competitive, and the whole world will not be buying any of these items from us. They're going to continue to buy them from China because they're not tariffed.
Well, that could be so. You know, one thing I will say is that I am not certain that the tariffs are like a super just good thing that's working perfectly as expected. I trust Trump as a businessman, and I think that that's what we need. We need someone to look at the country as a business almost.
Have you seen his businesses, dude? Have you Trump water, Trump vodka? He just throws his names on shit, and it's fucking so horribly done. His last venture with the phone, literally his own map said that like Gulf of America or Gulf of Mexico, and it said all going to be made in America when it obviously wasn't going to be, and it was just proven by Tim Cook, who was just in the Oval Office, told him himself that there's no way to make a fucking smartphone in America. Trump is a disaster in business, and he's constantly having to be bailed out of his bad decisions, and he's made 40% of his fucking wealth since January, since he was inaugurated. That's it. That he's using the presidency to get rich. That's it. He's the only way he knows how to get rich. His smart business moves involve ripping people off and not paying his contractors and getting sued.
No.
Strong arming
At
people.
Radstorm Crow super chatted $5. We all have a trade deficit with grocery stores. They don't buy from us. The richest country. How can we expect everyone to match us?
Yeah, and
service economy.
I love being a rich country. I love the fact that I can go to Walmart and rack up like, you know, thousands of dollars in purchases, and I don't give a fuck if they buy anything back from me. That doesn't make me feel like I'm getting ripped off.
Wait, what? At Walmart?
I have a trade deficit with Walmart. Am I getting ripped off?
Well, that's hardly comparable.
That's literally the case. We buy things from other countries. They have nothing to buy from us. Our dollar goes further. They have a smaller population and a smaller GDP. Inherently, we will be buying more things from them. Why the fuck would you be upset about this?
Yeah, but we don't want to screw ourselves. Right? We don't want to be dependent.
How does that make? How are they ripping us off?
Because they're making more from their imports into our country than we're making off our exports into their country.
What does that mean? They're ripping us off. They usually have industries they got to protect. Like every country is different, and usually to stabilize one of the markets, like dairy or something in Canada, they'll pay a tariff on it and say, hey, our market's so volatile with dairy, it makes sense for us to tariff. It's not ripping anyone off. It's just protecting their industry.
Well, I mean, I gotta say, this is like the whole reciprocal tariff thing. That is probably the weakest, like argument I could make for Trump.
Isn't that scary though? It's just a huge thing he's doing with our economy. Only one person is making these decisions. Congress has not voted on a lot of this. He is doing this unilaterally. Himself, one man who paints his fucking face orange, who says things very frighteningly stupid, things like we're going to reduce pharmaceuticals by 1,000%. Can you tell me how that's mathematically possible? I don't trust him to be making any sort of good decisions. I also don't trust that he listens to anybody when they say he's wrong. He literally just fires everybody who says that he's wrong. Anybody who's not loyal to Trump, they're fired. They're gone. He had a 95% turnover in his last administration.
Wait, but who's the vice president though?
Peter Thiel?
A never Trumper.
Yeah,
he wasn't
that's even
loyal
more
to
frightening.
Trump. Now he's the vice president.
Yeah, that's very frightening. The guy who said he was like America's Hitler, you think he changed his mind, or he's just there because he has to be? You think he really made funsies with Trump? You really
What?
think he made up with Trump?
Yeah,
You don't
of
think he's
course,
there
bro.
because Peter Thiel doesn't have like a political reason to endorse Vance and be directly involved in all of our government affairs now, building an AI database of us?
All right, Vance is like
At Radstorm Crow
100%.
super chatted $5. Caller, tariffs literally jacking up the price of coffee, chocolate, vanilla, etc. We can't produce it at all, cause that's another country's industry.
Well, yeah, and what I would say is like I love the idea of reciprocal tariffs and trying to bring manufacturing back and all that. I don't know if it's actually working out. You know, it may not be working out, may not work out. This may be a big L, but I think that I like the idea behind it. But this is definitely not Trump's strongest thing. I would say Trump is much stronger with deporting illegals and
Biden did way better at that.
the way I mean, honestly, this is kind of, to most people, this would be like a really small issue that's, you know, really insignificant in the broader scheme of things. But the thing I love is that he made it so the US government only recognizes two genders, male and female, and you have to put male or female on your license, on your passport, and all that. That is the most
that is horrible.
That's the most amazing thing that has ever happened
So
that I've been
you
alive.
basically exiled or deleted certain types of people who do exist who are neither one of those things. You acknowledge that?
What?
Yeah. Are you Christian?
So wait, no, no, I'm atheist. But do they need to have their pronoun, their preferred pronoun or gender on their legal ID or their passport? Do they need that to exist?
We're a free country. I would love
to exist.
I would love to be able to say, yeah, if I go visit a country on my passport says that I am something that I don't present as, it could be dangerous. Absolutely, I think that is a good thing.
No, because the government needs to work on facts and in the basis of reality.
Cultural things are not factual or reality based, right? They're what we make them. And if you look at any other society in any point in history, they have more than two genders, all right? You don't just get to legislate this. If there's a whole like majority of your society that says there are more than two genders, then you're wrong. Factually, you're wrong. And even the Bible cites in Judaism that I'm sorry, in Judaism there's 8 genders, right? So like that goes even further back than what you think is true. Is that what's true now?
Well, there are XY chromosomes and there are XX chromosomes.
Mm-hmm. And then there's XXX, and then there's XYX.
Right.
And then there's all sorts of variations, right?
Yeah, there are exceptions to the rule, but the exceptions to the rule do not disprove the rule. They actually just exemplify the existence of the rule.
No,
right?
they
Because
don't.
they're only notable. They're only notable because they're except to the rule.
No, there are millions of people that this applies to, millions. And you're just saying, well, those are just exceptions, and they can just fall through the cracks, and their passports are just going to be kind of weird.
There are billions of people, so millions really isn't shit, you know?
It absolutely is. Those are a lot of people. Just because you have this weird idea that they don't exist, you don't get to just cut them out of existence.
Well, that's not cutting them out of existence. Here's my thing. I think that
Where do they get to
transgender
exist? Where do they get to exist on paper?
They get to exist wherever they want to exist, wherever they're legally allowed to exist.
Oh my God.
Just like everyone
wherever
else.
you allow them.
Wherever they would normally be allowed to be.
God. Which is wherever you allow them, I guess. Like, this is stupid. We have actual factual evidence that there are more than 2 genders. We have actual gender is bimodal, right? It's bimodal. There can be people in between. They can have people that display both qualities of each gender in some sort, right? You acknowledge that's a thing, right?
Listen, it's very simple. There are 2 SMEX organs, right? There are 2 variations of that, okay? And you
That's
can
not
have
true
these.
either.
You can have these genetic mutations where they have like a combination of both or something, but there's really only two, and those are exceptions. You can make your
Yeah.
own rules
Right.
or whatever.
So when you
can
start
look
talking
into
about
that separately.
exceptions, then you are starting to exclude people from being able to denote who they are in detail on federal forms or on any sort
Well,
of point in history that matters.
They shouldn't need to on federal forms, though. What I'm saying is they should have the right to be a transgender, to consider themselves whatever gender they want to consider themselves as, and act however they want to act, dress however they want to dress, all that stuff. But it should not go to the point where we're making laws where they can compete in men's sports or women's sports rather, and because that's the real issue, and
That's
they
not
can
a
go
real
into
issue.
bathrooms and they
That's not a real issue
we
either.
have
Trump has said it himself in
compelled
2016.
pronouns.
Compelled pronoun. You have compelled
What?
pronouns, right? If I called you ma'am,
No.
can I call you ma'am?
If you called me ma'am, I can't legally prosecute you for that.
Oh, where is that even happening besides California inside of old folks' homes ran by the state?
Well, that's where we were heading. That's where Canada's
That is
at.
not where we're heading. You guys are the only ones legislating this stuff.
That's
That
where
you guys,
we would.
the right is the only one. They gaslight society into thinking we're trying to do this, and then y'all do it. You're putting your indoctrination into classrooms. You're putting Bibles in the classrooms. You're putting in Texas, we just got the 10 Commandments in fucking classrooms. So now I have to explain to kids, if I had a child, that he's gonna not suffer and die for all of eternity in a lake of fire if he wears two different types of fabric. I have to explain to him that to him. Or her.
Right. Well, I am an atheist. I do appreciate the values of Christianity, and
what are
and
you
that the
talking
the
about?
country
The
was
values
founded
of
on Christianity and stuff.
Oh my god!
But
you mean slavery?
Bro, I don't think that should be in school either. I think school should be about education, and that's it. It shouldn't be about religion. It shouldn't be about
Well,
LGBT.
this is what Republicans are doing in the state who has ranked 49th or 50th in the nation, Oklahoma. They just put Bibles in classrooms. That's what they're doing to try to fix how bad Republicans do at education. By the way, Trump just defunded them all by 15%.
Well, he's trying to put it back to the states.
That doesn't make any sense. He didn't give the money back to the states. He just took all the money.
Hey, Pickles, good morning.
Morning.
I just literally just woke up, so forgive me. Shower songs. I feel like this is more like shower thoughts. Don't you, Pickles? Like it just seems like we are going through every single thought that he is having. Um, the reason I came up shower songs, because my name's Emmy, by the way. My pronouns are she, her, and I am a trans woman. You said that it's all about chromosomes. I'm curious, which chromosomes do you have?
XY?
Are you sure?
Yeah.
When were you karyotyped?
Bro, I'm 6'3". I think I have XY chromosomes.
When were you karyotyped?
Bro. I guess at birth, man.
Nope. Really? Was there a reason that you were karyotyped? Were you maybe did you present with different
Of course I wasn't
genitalia at birth
karyotyped,
then?
bro, because anyone with common sense and general intellect can understand that I am XY chromosomes. I don't think you would really
Okay.
need to be
So
Einstein to understand that.
so you don't actually know what your chromosomes are, right? Because you realize that
I
people who are
do because
well, hang on.
I'm a
Which
6'3" male,
I'm
right?
6'3".
I've got
I'm 6'4", actually. I don't know my
shower
karyotype.
songs, which is more common? Which is more common, someone who is intersex or someone with red hair?
someone with red hair, guaranteed.
Nope, it's
Absolutely. Look
actually
that up. I will not.
they
No.
are just as
I will
common
not
as each
accept.
other.
I will
People
not
who are
accept that
intersex.
because I've seen so many redheaded people in my life. Many.
And
I
how
lost
many?
my virginity
Yes.
to a redheaded
Right.
girl. Okay,
That's
I have never met
beautiful.
an intersex
That's
person ever.
wonderful. How do you know that? Because the thing is, you can see their red hair. Can you do you? How many people's genitals have you seen compared to how many people's hair you've seen?
I've never met an intersex in my entire
That's
life,
not
and I've
true.
met
You're
many
you're.
women.
Where do you
That's not
live?
true.
Where do you
You
live?
definitely have.
No, I've not.
If you
No,
live
I've
in the
not.
boondocks, where I mean, I guess most Trump voters do, they usually don't have
Oh,
very much life experience. Maybe they haven't seen those people, but it's pretty unlikely, considering like 10% of the population do have these conditions, and they just don't share them with you. They don't just go up to you and say, "Hey, by the way, what's up? My
10%,
genitals are a little different."
10% of 8 billion.
Yeah.
How much do you think that is, man? It's 10% of 8 billion.
You realize that some intersex people have completely just typical looking genitalia as well, right? Like when it comes to what they're born with
Yeah,
and what it
some of
looks like,
them
that they're totally, but they have internal
yeah.
reproductive
Some of them
organs
have
that are different.
testes.
Have you
Some of them
Upper
have
mode
testes on the
testes.
inside.
have you
Exactly.
ran into 100 people at this point in your life?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you're
Bro,
the chances
what?
are you've at least ran into one, right? Statistically.
No, not from 100. What are you talking about?
1% of our
10%. Hold up, bro. 10%. Hold on. Wait. You gotta reconsider your math here. Okay, 10% of 8 billion, and you're saying you've ran into 100 people, so one of them
10%
has
of our
to be intersex?
population, you think 1 out of 10 people, you don't think you'd run
Wait,
into
and
one
hold
person?
on. Let me. Are you saying 10% of the world population or America?
World
The
population.
world population.
So the world population. So you're talking about 8 billion
So
people.
the same
You're
applies
talking
to
about,
America.
you're
So
talking about
10% of 350
10%.
million, 3
No, that doesn't work that way.
5 million.
What?
What do you mean? How does that not work that way?
It's not going to be 10% of America. It's going to be 10% of the world.
It's really funny listening to you have such a hard
Dog.
time understanding this because
Fundamental
these are the
math.
statistics.
Fundamental math says that if 10% of the world is intersex, then 10% of America is intersex.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll concede
Right.
on that.
Okay, so now that we've gone there, so you've probably met plenty of people who are intersex, and so as far as like which chromosomes matter, chromosomes don't matter, right? Because we can't see someone's chromosomes, and you also don't walk up to someone, and you didn't come on here and look at Pickles and go, Pickles, what are your chromosomes? So I know which pronouns to use for you,
I
right? Like we
honestly-
don't
Well,
do
I know
that.
what chromosomes he has.
No, you
okay?
don't.
Literally,
You don't. You
genuinely-
literally
yes,
don't.
bro.
I genuinely,
don't know which
I
chromosomes I have.
genuinely question that I should be karyotyped. I bet I do have some sort of condition because I'm very
No, you're not.
androgynous.
You have XY, bro. I'm
How do you know that?
androgynous too.
How do you know
okay?
that?
I know that
I can't.
because
I don't grow hair. I don't grow any sort of hair. I am this fucking bald eagle.
you've
Bald
literally
eagle,
got
baby.
facial hair.
Yeah,
You've
barely
literally
any.
got
I'm
facial hair.
37.
Yeah, guess
I
what?
can't grow fucking facial hair, dude. This is all I
People
got.
who are
Yeah, well, I mean, dude,
in
neither
shower
can I.
songs, people who are phenotypically female also sometimes grow facial hair.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's never as
So
pronounced. It's
so
never as
also
pronounced as the males. You're never gonna see a woman with like a full beard.
that's not
It's-
always true.
they get some peach fuzz. They get some peach fuzz, but that's it.
Not necessarily true. Yeah, no, it's not necessarily true. Also, when it comes to like like our gender markers on a license, can I tell you how difficult this makes things? It doesn't. Okay, so do you know what my license says on it? What my driver's license says for mine?
And let me
It just says
correct.
X.
Let me correct
Sorry,
myself.
what?
Let me correct myself. It's 1.7% have intersex characteristics. It's not 10. But that means
1.7.
Yeah,
But
so that means
that's
2 people out of 100.
That's
So, wait,
considering
what?
that's considering strictly when we're talking about karyotypical differences. There's a multitude of conditions there. It comes regarding hormones and also phenotype, which by their sheer definition will enlarge the population that is intersex significantly.
Yeah.
So you're saying 1.7% of 8 billion is 2 in 100?
Yes.
Just about. Yeah.
Yes.
You want to make an estimate of?
1.7% of 8 billion.
Dude, it's
You want to
2% of
make
all
an?
people. So 2 out of 100 of all people are, yes, intersex. Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Who taught you
What do you
Because
math?
think one point?
I've met
1.7%
hundreds of
is?
people.
Who taught you
Okay, out
I've
math?
of
never met an intersex person.
You don't know that. How many people do you ask, do you think would reveal to you that they're intersex or even know that they're intersex?
Let's make a little test. Pickles, you know the answer for this show. I actually am disabled. Can you guess what my disability is?
No.
So by the simple fact that you cannot guess what my disability is, does that make me not disabled?
I don't follow your point here. Of
So
course, it does
just
not make you disabled.
Make you not
just
disabled.
by the simple fact that you
Yeah.
ignore
Yeah.
what my disability is, because I kind of hide it quite well, it still makes me disabled. It's just make you ignorant of my disability.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
So
Okay.
the
I see what you're
same
saying, but
way that you cannot guess what's in
At
everybody's
Radstorm Crow
pants.
super chatted $5.
well, okay.
Swires syndrome is a female with Y chromosomes, looks female, who can get pregnant. Are they male or female, caller?
Yeah. XY chromosomes can get pregnant. What are they?
Intersex, I guess. They'd have to be. They'd have to be intersex in that
So
situation.
what
But here, I
what a
see
person what a person was explaining on Super Chat is a situation called Sawyer syndrome, in which a human being has XY chromosomes, but the phenotype is female. A significant percentage of these human beings can get pregnant, even though they have XY chromosomes. So, according to your reasoning, what will they be?
And in
Women
fact, they
or
do
men?
consider themselves female.
if you have XY chromosomes and you can get pregnant, you'd probably fall in intersex.
You'd still be female.
I don't see how you wouldn't be intersex.
Okay, but sex is bimodal. So there's 2 extremes, and then there's all these things in between. And not all of them are just called intersex. Some of them do qualify as female or male.
What's usually used as a conventional classification for the outside looking is how you develop externally. It's what your phenotype is, and sometimes your ability or not of getting pregnant. This is the phenotype. So if you ask a biologist like myself, if you ask a medical researcher like myself, I can tell you Sawyer syndrome is someone that is karyotypically, which means chromosomes, male, but phenotypically, which means outside looks and organ development, female.
And that is due to the presence or lack of presence of the SRY gene, not the chromosomes themselves. So that's why you can have XY chromosomes and be phenotypically female with Swyer syndrome. So it's not like the whole point here, Shower Songs, is that it's not about your chromosomes when it comes to gender expression, or gender presentation, right? So it's not as simple as your argument that it's just about the chromosomes.
You see how much more nuanced
can we
this
acknowledge
is?
that?
And I want you to acknowledge that it's so much more easier to get people upset about things they're not really educated on, and just be like, there's only male and female, there's only boy and girl, and anybody says otherwise is the devil. That's much more easier to digest and believable than an ad that's in 30 minutes trying to explain all of this. And that's the bandwagon that's hard to get people to pry away from, is all of this nonsense, like anti-intellectual, like I just don't believe certain things and I'm going to exclude them from my vocabulary because they're the exception.
Well,
and the simple
here's what I'll
fact,
definitely. Sorry.
friend, just so you understand that this is not grandstanding. This is the simple fact. People people tend to be more comfortable when they think that nature is simple. But I have to keep reminding people that there are human beings like myself who are crazy enough in this world to become medical researchers, which means that I have to dedicate years and years and years of my life studying this. If it was that simple, I wouldn't have to have a library with books. Some of them are 4 or 5 kilos, over 1,000 pages, just for us to try to understand how nature develops and how we develop. And
Yeah, well,
your
that wouldn't be
brain,
changed by male and
your
female, though. I mean,
your brain is one organ of your body. Usually people see the brain as dissociated from one's development. But no, if what some people can be born with brain differences, hi, autistic people. That's my disability.
Mine
Some
too.
people, some some people can be born with differences in development between their brain and the phenotype, the rest of their body, which means that their brain, when they were in utero developing, got the wiring for one gender identity, but the rest of their body got the instructions for the other phenotype. Can you at least understand, friend, how uncomfortable this is for this person?
oh yeah, I actually know, like not firsthand, but uh, like diagonally to firsthand, I guess, because I grew up really overweight for like basically my entire life or my entire childhood. And I was always like really into Spider-Man and Batman and all that shit. And so I like I envisioned myself and wanted to be, like fit and light and able to do a lot of things with my body and stuff. That's like who I felt like I was inside, but I was always just chubby McChubster. And then finally
So
I lost a bunch of weight and then got into
So
that stuff and
what would happen to you if society overall would told you you are not allowed to go to the gym, you are not allowed to exercise, so you are not allowed to pursue your vision. You will be overweight for the rest of your life because that's what nature gave you.
well,
Would you
that's
be
not
would you
perfectly
be
comparable for multiple
well,
would you
reasons.
no,
be
One,
able
actually,
because no,
hang
well,
on.
it's not
Excuse
because
me for excuse me for just a moment because shower songs it is because you didn't go and
it's
change
not.
your brain, right? You didn't go and change your brain to just be fine with being overweight. You went ahead and worked to change your body to fit how you felt
Hmm.
inside, right? And that is exactly what I, as a transgender woman, am doing. And what and if you want to say that it's actually even more like this is like your whole example, you're right, is not completely comparable because your brain structure, right? Like this is how you saw yourself, right? But your brain structure doesn't necessarily show that you have the brain structure of a physically fit person. My brain structure, when we do scans of transgender brains, now I say mine, I have not had my brain scanned or anything like that, but when we look at the actual neurological structures of a transgender brain, they look more like the gender or like the brains of the gender that they identify with. So things like cortical thickness, white and gray matter amounts, and things like that are all in a transgender person's brain. Mine would be more similar to that of a
of me
cisgender woman. And
of
so
me
this
Well,
is,
Eh,
yeah,
I've
exactly.
heard I've heard of that point, and I've heard it debunked, but I don't actually know like I couldn't argue
So,
with you on that because I don't
so
know the details well enough.
I can
But
I can tell you a pretty good piece of evidence that will make you understand this. We have been studying uh, gender affirming care within the medical community for over 50 years now. For over 50 years, everything has been tried. We're talking about even really, really bad stuff. Uh, you can look into the history of America. There's quite a few bad stuff in there. In there.
Actually, if I can just throw in one of those, I collect oddities. One of my favorite things to collect because I collect like antique. I collect all kinds of strange things, anywhere from like vintage obscure toys to medical tools and taxidermy and all kinds of stuff. If you ever watch the show Oddities, that's the kind of stuff I collect. One of my favorite things is antique medical tools, and so I actually own one of the tools that they used to use to try to fix us that is barbaric AF. It's called a lobotomy pick.
yep.
Yep,
So
that's what they used to
this
use to. That's
situation,
our history.
electroshock therapy, aversion
Hmm.
therapy, a
Hmm.
multitude of horrid things. They even tried
But
not too far ago that to treat it just as a depression, but depression medication does not work as effectively as it expected on a standard population, on the transgender population. Do you know what effectively helps the transgender population show? Giving a hormone replacement therapy that is according to that person's gender identity. It's more effective than any other treatment or standard of medication, even heavy depression medication. And what this is telling you, research wise, is that when you provide to a transgender brain the hormone environment that corresponds to their gender identity, that brain will tell you, hey, I am happy. This is what I want. This is what I need to be in homeostasis, which is the scientific term for balance, for the best possible outcome on this situation. And that's the reality of the situation. When HRT is and gender affirming care is the procedure that better improves the standards of mental health, of physical health, and overall health of transgender population. What this is telling you is that one, transgender people exist, are a part of our population, are a difference in human development, such as my autism being a difference in human development, and that we should acknowledge that and provide the best care possible for them, which through research we know is gender affirming care.
It's very easy to demonize this stuff, and Trump knows that, and Republican think tanks know this, and it's very in line with the conservative or fundamental religious ideology, and without knowing much, it does get people freaked out and possibly uh, um, motivated to vote. None of them have any idea what they're talking about. I've never met a Republican that says, you know what, there's this study, and this is what I don't agree about with this study, and I think the age of gender affirming care, yada yada yada, should be this, and I feel like we should gracefully treat these people with care, but change this one law. I've never heard that. That's not the issue. Trump has made these people an enemy. They've made them somebody that you hate and don't want to understand, and just basically they've also scared you into thinking we're trying to do this to your children, when in all reality we're just trying to raise awareness and acceptance and destigmatize it, and because it's all just science-based. It's not as crazy as maybe some religions we have in the United States
We're
that
trying to
we
make
don't
sure that
fuck
people
with.
stay alive,
Yeah,
right? Like that's the thing. We
it
really
saves
are. That's
lives.
what it's about. It
Yeah.
it it completely saves lives. I will tell you, it saved my life. Right? As someone who came out, I'm 38 years old. I just turned 38. I've been on hormones for just shy of a year. Came out a couple years ago. and it has completely changed my life for way much more for the better. Now, there are external factors that make my life difficult right now. That is true due to actually, and has more to do with my disability, which is ADHD and autism, than anything else. But as far as me actually feeling like I am in the right body, I'm getting closer and closer every day. And it's something that is becoming less and less of a struggle for me. The thing that is actually, when it comes to being trans, the thing that is actually making it very much more difficult for me right now in my life is this kind of rhetoric and this kind of experience of having to go through life with, dealing with talking with people about this stuff that otherwise wouldn't have cared. And the thing is too, such a tired playbook because this is exactly the same arguments that if you know anything about LGBTQ history in our country, you will see that a lot of these same arguments have been used over the years for gay and lesbian individuals, right? So for example, did you know that there was like this huge problem our country had with allowing lesbians to use the women's restroom? They said that they were going to attack your wives and your daughters, that they were just out there to harm them, that's why they wanted to
And
use the same restrooms. So that's the same exact rhetoric. They also said that that they were a threat to national security, and that's why they weren't allowed in the military or in the government. All the same
also,
things that they're saying about us right now, all of the arguments are just recycled arguments because they realized after Obergefell v. Hodges in 2015, when we got the right to gay marriage, that they couldn't demonize that group anymore. So they had to move on to something else. Before 2015, this wasn't something anyone cared about. And nobody cared, and nobody on the left was really even making a big deal of it. This is all drummed up by the right. All of this.
also, also during Jim Crow, the same arguments were used
Hmm.
against African American people, and in order to enforce separation
Yeah.
between quote unquote white
They
people
were
and
saying the
African
same
American
thing. Yeah,
people.
that like black women having to share a bathroom with black women, they would be attacked. And like, what's next? We let dogs come. All this stuff. Same
Well,
thing.
And
yeah,
so,
that's
so,
true.
and in the end, this is all a scapegoat. You know, have you ever heard about the history of Don Quixote de la Mancha? Of that book. You know what is it about?
I've never heard of
Sorry,
it.
what?
Don Quixote. Have you ever heard about the book Don Quixote de la Mancha? A Spanish
No.
book of a well-known Peter Lich.
I'm pretty
Okay,
sure you have. When you
it's about a guy that becomes a little bit delirious and thinks that he's being attacked, and he confuses windmills for an army attacking him. So he starts attacking windmills, and he has a whole scene that he's attacking those windmills because they're going to destroy his land and everything else. What's happening and what the American government is trying to do to you is to trying to make you a Don Quixote, is to trying to say, hey, attack those people. Those people are destroying you. Those people are destroying you. And on your back, they're removing your access to healthcare. They're removing your access to a decent wage. They're removing your workers' rights in order to have worker safety regulations. They are increasing the price of your goods with tariffs. They are basically robbing you blind on your back while telling you, hey, be a Don Quixote and go destroy those windmills. There are those transgender windmills, those gay windmills, those autistic windmills, all of those things.
those immigrants, the immigrant windmills, right? Like
Yeah.
that's the other one that they're using right
Yeah.
now.
But
They're using
all
all of
we
Well,
these
are,
things.
that's a whole
all
can of
we are,
worms. But I do want to
all we
I
are
want to tell you
windmills.
guys.
We don't hurt you. We all we are windmills. We don't hurt you. We just want to keep working
And this is
and not bring
evidenced
you
by
down.
the fact that you have likely used the restroom, the public restroom, at the same time as a trans man at some point in your life. Because for
Well,
centuries, generations, all of human history, trans people have used the restroom of the gender that they identify with without a problem. And this is evidenced by the fact that like when it comes to the restrooms, right? Um SA in restrooms is extremely rare in the first place because that is one of the worst places to possibly do something like that because it is so public. If it's a public restroom, anyone can walk in at any moment. This is why restrooms are rare. This is why it rarely happens there in the first place. Second of
Well,
all, there is,
not all public restrooms are extremely public.
but what I
We
mean is that if it's a public restroom where more than one person can go to the restroom at the same time, those are restrooms where people can walk in at any
yeah.
moment.
So
SA
the
is a crime
thing,
of opportunity.
yeah. So the thing is, there's no evidence. There's no thing happening that makes us go, hey, we should stop trans people from coming to the restroom. There's no crime. There's no trend. There's nothing.
People dislike what they don't know. Germany burned the trains books first and put them in camps for being mentally unwell. Inspired by US racist laws.
Yeah, thank you. I forgot what I was saying.
No evidence for
there's no
for this
evidence.
stuff
So
happening.
this is what most of the Republican rhetoric points towards too. Like, if there were a bunch of migrants committing crimes, we would be hearing those numbers, but we don't. They just point to this, like, oh, all of this crime, all of the Biden family. I know they're criminals, but there's some sort of crime. We'll go find it. Or trans people are the enemy. There's no crime rates to look at, to point to back this up, but it sounds good. And that's where we go all the time. Nobody's here telling us what the crime rates are. Nobody's here telling us how bad it actually is. What are the bad outcomes of this? This is just stuff, distasteful rhetoric and legislation that does nothing but divide people. And it's meant to do that. It's literally calculated and put into the media for you to listen to and make a decision whether you are for or against, or this is a deal breaker or not. And it gets you starting to think in a sort of way that makes trans people less than human.
And I would like to be able to take a
I
second
will
to
agree
point
with
out.
you on that. That they're trying to create a divide, and they are using like trans people and gay people and stuff as like almost like the scapegoat, like the target for the Republicans. You know,
And
like
the fact
this
that you
is
brought it up here, Shower Song, shows that it works on you. The fact that you brought it up, that that you were talking about a completely different thing, and you pivoted hard. Oh, I need to go see a doctor because I think I got whiplash from the way you pivoted to
Can
trans people. And I want to make sure that I share with you what the actual implications of what you're advocating as far as bathrooms are, really quickly, because this is
can I just give us a short example how this is a windmill and what's the actual problem?
well,
So
hang on just a second,
okay,
because I was just going to
go right
share,
ahead.
because I need him to understand what this actually ends up like resulting in, because what you expect it to result in by making trans women use the men's restroom, you are because because the most common thing that people are afraid about here is that by allowing trans women to use the women's restroom, that men will pretend to be trans in order to harm women, right? This does not happen. We do not see that happening. We have seen a couple of examples in one state that where people have tried to do this in order to further demonize the trans community, but this is what actually ends up happening, and this is what we have seen. We have seen cis women, women who are born as women and identify, or as born as female and identify as women, that do not present the way that a lot of men think that they should, right? They present more masculine. We're talking about mask lesbians, or even just more masculine presenting women who have been beaten for using the women's restroom, who have been assaulted and harassed for using the restroom that they should be using because they are women, right? We do see that. If you want trans women using the men's restroom, you want then also trans men using the women's restroom. And ultimately, it only makes it easier for any man to just simply say he's a trans man and go into the women's restroom. And we know statistically that straight cis white men are the ones who commit the most offenses against women and harm the most women. And so by trying to quote fix this problem that doesn't exist and make this a huge deal, you are actually making it easier for the ones who statistically perpetrate the most crime against women to have more access to private women's spaces. You're doing the opposite, and most people on this side of the aisle don't even think it through far enough to realize it.
well, here's
Now,
the thing. I'm gonna have to
I'm gonna have to glaze you a little bit, because
Okay,
that
well, hang on.
argument.
I don't know if I give you consent to glaze me. Jeez, pickles can have that consent, but I don't know about you.
Heyo.
Okay, well, but that argument, and then the argument about the chromosomes, like this is one of the first times I've actually came into a live and kind of had my mind opened up and changed at least a little bit, right? Like, because I definitely think now that there's more to the chromosome thing than I initially understood. I definitely, like, you have 100% convinced me of that. And then with the bathroom thing, as you're going through that, I'm starting to think like, yeah, maybe this really isn't such a big issue.
So
It's
Maybe
really
it's
not.
you wanna know why? Because there's one extra scapegoat that Republicans and the government is doing. They're making you feel afraid of people like me, the medical researchers. Like, we are more than happy to have these conversations with people. Like, this is the area that I love to study, that I love to work in. But it, people are like, oh, they're in cabals, they're being paid by Soros. Like, no, most of us are poor, dirt poor. Like, grants are
This
not
stream has been
easy
brought to
to
you by
get.
the DNC.
So, and let's look at the other side of the coin. Statistically, the people that are most likely to harm children are their family members. So, are their parents, their grandparents, their uncles, their aunts. What usually happened is that when kids went to school or kids were observed by people such as teachers, they could, when they learned what consent was, they could detect these cases of abuse. So a teacher would pay attention and see, hey, this kiddo is coming here, it's getting very thin. This kiddo is not getting their clothes washed. This kiddo is getting very skittish. Something is happening. But Republicans want to make this work that teachers do, which is crucial, a lot harder, thus putting these kids in danger because these kids will not have anyone to report what's happening to them because they get so little health education that they don't even know what consent is. They don't even know that they can say no when they get touched in parts that they don't feel comfortable with. So you see, they were making you fight the windmills that were the transgender people, the gay people, the researchers, the scientists, the teachers, while on the other hand, allowing for the people that are actually abusing children to roam free and to have more leeway in abusing children.
And this is really evidenced by the fact that we have so that right, they're trying to paint trans people as this harmful, dangerous things to have around women and children, while it's simultaneously electing a man who brags about walking into the changing room of underage girls at pageants and bragging about the incredible bodies that they have, right, into the highest office in the land. So there's this hypocrisy there where they just say, well, we just don't care about that because we think he's a good businessman, and and put him in office. So literally promoting people who have bragged about doing the very thing that they're afraid of trans people doing. It's this cognitive dissonance that is so stunning to those of us who can see the hypocrisy from the outside, right? I don't understand it because it's not about protecting women and children if you're also going to deny things like the fact that Donald Trump did assault E. Jean Carroll, right? Whether you want to, I'm not going to sit here and argue the semantics of grape or anything because SA and grape are just as bad with each other. They are the same thing. Touching someone without their consent is the same thing, right? And he was held liable for it. I'm not going to go into all of it because I'm not like trying to like jump over to that conversation. I'm just going to express, because this is what drives me nuts in that conversation, is when people are like, well, he was held civilly liable. Right. They couldn't charge him criminally at this point. But what did happen is E. Jean Carroll talked about it in the book. Donald Trump said it was a lie. So they then had to prove that it was done in order for it to not be a defamation, right? Because if it's defamation, that means it's not true. He was held liable for it, which means that there's enough evidence there to say that he did that. Whether it was grape or SA doesn't matter. He did it. We have the jury the unanimous jury on it, and he also bragged about going into changing rooms of girls. Now, there's so many other things, but it makes it obvious that it's not about the crime of that happening that people actually care about if they're going to vote for it, right? That's, you don't care about that. You don't care about protecting women and girls when you also vote for someone who harms them and brags about it.
Guys, I do want to get back to 1v1s here soon. I don't want to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I just wanted to bring up one last thing about the because one of you has I won't even go into the sports thing because the sports thing is big, it's complicated, and it is not. There's also just all I'll say there is there's not evidence to show that it's unfair. The only thing I would say is I don't want to have to play sports. That would be unfair. I'm not athletic. I don't want to play sports. If I knew that coming out as trans is all it took to not have to play sports, I would have done it in high school. I hated gym class. Um, but I do want to talk about the gender markers on identification really quick because my gender marker on my license is an X. And this is how hard it is to handle that. I got pulled over a few months ago because my inspection on my car had expired. Okay. Police officer walked up to my car. I had had some stuff going on where I was not able to shave. I had some acne going on. So I was wearing a mask to work typically just because it's very dysphoric for me to have facial hair in public. And I hadn't started laser hair removal, but I had makeup on my eyes. And I didn't have my mask on when the police officer walked up because, I just didn't want, I wanted to make sure that he could see my face. He didn't even look at my face. He looked at my license and he saw the X. And this is it. This is how hard it was. Ready? He said, he goes, oh, and he said my dead name. He goes, is this the name that you go by? And what are your pronouns? I was blown away because I'm terrified of police because of a lot of this stuff. Yeah, Pickles, I was literally shocked. And I said, nope. I said I go by Emmy and my pronouns are she, her. And he said, okay, thank you. He goes, I saw the X on your license, so I wanted to make sure I asked. I was blown away. I was honestly shocked. He went back to his car, he did everything, and he walked up and he said my dead name first and then instantly corrected himself to Emmy and didn't I didn't make a big deal of it because guess what? We are much more generous than you see people like Lily Tino on TikTok being, who's just there to cause trouble, right? We aren't going to sit there and rip your head off if you make a mistake as long as you acknowledge it, correct yourself, and move on, right? And I got my ticket and I went about my day. That's as difficult as it needs to be. We don't need to make this big deal out of people having that because what people see on the license matching what people see on the person on the outside keeps people safe. If you want documentation that outs us at every turn, you are putting us in harm's way. Now, I present as female, right? And if my license says female and I go about my day because I was able to just get a ticket and move on like anyone else, that saves my life. Versus if everything about me, right? Give me a couple years here. I will have my plans. I'm going to have bottom surgery. I'm currently laser hair removal. I'm getting voice training, all of these different things. And if I walked up to you and you had no idea of anything different, and I showed you my license and it said male, that puts me in danger. So allowing us to change these documentations to A, fit who we are, and B, fit who we present as, saves lives, period. And it doesn't make anything more difficult because just the simple idea of being born with a phallus does not mean that I'm going to harm women. My brain is more like theirs than it is like a man's. Not out there to harm people. I just want to live, just want to survive, and go about my day and be happy.
Absolutely. And so, to finalize, I believe that most of conservatives like yourself are good people. You just don't have the full information regarding what the people that lead the Republican Party are talking about. And therefore, you are misguided. You are not bad, you are misguided. This is why we like to have these conversations, is to, hey, but please stop hurting us and fight with us against the real bad, in a sense, because we want for everybody to have a good life, you inclusive.
Yeah, and
Absolutely. And
the feeling.
my final thoughts, because I'm sorry, I know I've talked a lot, and sorry, shower songs. I'm gonna because I am gonna drop. Like I said, I just woke up. My
Oh,
dog's
you're good.
begging to go outside, but so I'll just share my quick final thought. I appreciate so much that you've been able to, because I don't hear this quite often in these conversations, and I do this a lot, that you're able to recognize that there's information you didn't have beforehand, that you've gone, man, maybe I'm wrong on some of these things. I need to go look into this and learn some things. The only reason you believe those things is because you've been told to believe them in order to get your vote, right? And if you can recognize that in this situation, that there's a lot of things you believed at the behest of people who wanted to make you believe them to get you to do other things and have a problem with things you don't actually have a problem with, there's probably a whole lot more under your political worldview that you have believed in the same way. So I can't be there for every single person who has a problem with trans people to get this information for. And neither can I'm not sure how I would say
In
your name here.
silico.
In
In
Silico.
silico.
In Silico can't be there. I followed you, by the way. Please follow me. This is my backup account because I'm banned on my main. Um, I can't. She can't be there either, uh, right? We can't be there to correct all these things and bring this up for everyone. So people need to do their own research and look into these things, and so all I'm saying is if you can recognize that about this, I'm curious what else maybe Pickles can enlighten you to, right? That you could go, ah, wow, instead of arguing every single one of these things, let's look into it and see if he's right and see if maybe there's something else that I didn't realize. Because I'm guarantee you there's probably a whole lot more. And that's all
Yeah,
I have to
I
say.
agree, and I would say that's true for like most people, but for me, like whenever, like I'll get really invested in uh specific like political commentators or whatever, and I'm like really agreeing with what they're saying, and then I'll be listening to them all the time, and I'm like, yeah, I agree, and then all of a sudden they'll say something, and I'm like, bro, I completely disagree with that. Like that's not. And then all of a sudden it's almost like when you flip a rock over and there's all these like worms or bugs under it. It's like all of a sudden you realize like, wait a minute, like it's not this simple. I can't just listen to everything this guy says, because he's wrong about so much. And then the enemies, the quote unquote enemies or whatever, they're right about certain things, right? And you have to, like, the feeling of whenever I argue these things and someone actually hits me back with something that makes me think about it from a different angle, where I'm like, wait a minute, I'm wrong. Or even if it's just, wait a minute, I don't feel so secure in this belief anymore. I need to like investigate this and found it on better, sources and stuff. Like I
Yeah.
I
And
love it's
when
a
we have a
painful
president
feeling
that
in a way.
has Well, yeah, that's called cognitive dissonance, and it is painful. When we have a president in the office who has 30,000 documented lies in his first 4 years, that's a good sign that every fucking thing that comes out of his mouth, you should be looking into rather than listening to a commentator on it, right? Rather than even everything that we've talked about today, everything you'll talk about with Pickles, you should be looking at. Don't just take our word for it. Like, don't take my word or in Silicon's word on anything, right?
Oh,
Like,
I'm
please
more
go
than
and
happy
research this for
to.
yourself. We can give you the resources, but like, Look
So
these things up for
I'm more
yourself.
than happy for you to keep asking questions. Like, go to any of my videos, ask questions specifically. If you don't understand something regarding medicine, or why is the medical recommendation yada yada for this, I'm more than happy to answer. In the end, but we can start disagreeing back again about a bunch of things like economy and which are the best economic outputs and all of those things. Now we have people unaliving. Now we have people that their life are at risk. We need your help so their lives won't be at risk. It's just this. We can disagree about the rest. We cannot disagree about people's rights to have their own lives and to live their lives to their fullest potential. That's the basics. Okay? The
Thank y'all.
rest, we can discuss politics.
Thank you, Pickles. I'll let you get back to the one-on-ones here. And Shower Songs, thank you for listening and being open to hear these things and being honest about the fact that maybe you didn't know as much as you thought you did. That's a lot more credit than I can give most people I talk to on this app about these conversations. So, Pickles, thank you for starting my day off in a fun way and letting me come up and ask him a couple questions.
Anytime. Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you, Pickles.
Absolutely.
Anytime. Thank y'all
Loving
both. Love
to
y'all.
nerd out a little bit again.
I hope y'all have a
And
Yeah,
wonderful
and
day.
thank you guys. Like, I don't
stay
think I've
curious.
been muted one time this entire conversation because normally when I get into these lives, right, like I'll say my, opening belief as soon as it's understood that I'm like on the, opposite side or whatever, I just get muted. Like I'll get like half a sentence out and then I get muted and they straw man it and say all these things that I'm not actually saying. And then they mute me and then never let me respond. And then, at the end, you just get more radical at the end. You're like, bro, you can't even talk to these people. Like, and then, but this is one time where I'm actually going to leave this live stream feeling less red, like
Appreciate you saying that. Yeah, and I appreciate you being chill too. We have some weird guests sometimes, so I appreciate you being cool. And yeah, I think I'm gonna get to the next person, but you're welcome back anytime, dude.
all right. Yeah. Thank you, bro. This has been a really good conversation.
All right, man. Have a good day.
You have a good night.
Chat, tap the screen if you enjoy debates, and friendship and love and unicorns and stuff. You should follow the stream. We do that stuff all the time. We're gonna get to our next guest, guys. Tap the screen. We're almost at 200K. We've been live for 2 hours. It's not bad. It's not bad. Do you guys like my drawing? Karate and friendship, absolutely, guys. Also, don't forget to join my Discord. It's the coolest Discord on this side of political TikTok. Yellow.
Good morning.
Good morning. Are you a Trump supporter?
It's 350. Trump supporter?
Mhm.
I voted for Trump 3 times.
Okay. What do you like about Trump?
However, he's not doing too good right now. But I'm not here to be baptized to become Democrat.
Mhm.
I'm still a Republican, but what he's doing, he's not doing too good right now. He's like taking food from children's lunch programs, getting rid of birthright citizenship, threatening Ayatollahs on Air Force One. I believe, in my opinion, he has dementia. So even though I voted for Trump, everybody says, "Oh, you voted for him. You condone everything he did." That's bullshit. I'm tired of that. I'm not going to hear it no more. So now that I'm evolving, and the next election that comes, I'll vote for the best party, whether it's Democrat or Republican. But I've been hearing the news, Democratic Party. I'm not trying to get you mad or anything. Nothing nefarious. Democratic Party is going downhill. There was 2 reports. God, I forgot what happened. Anyways, the Democratic Party is going down,
Are you
right?
just talking about approval ratings?
No, there was some on the news that I forgot what it was. Just the candidates. There's no candidates.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
who's run for president? Like they said, that guy. What's his name?
Pete
Governor
Buttigieg or
Newsom.
Newsom?
Yeah, I live in California. He's destroyed California, so that's not a good choice. But the other, I know the guy Pritzker. His name's Pritzker or
JD.
something. JD, he was lying. The CNN caught him lying 10 times about gerrymandering. He looked bad, and they said he won't be able to run for president because he lied 10 times, and CNN is going after these Democrats because they're lies. Both sides are lying. Both
Well,
sides are
we like Pete Buttigieg. We like AOC. We like Jasmine Crockett. I still like Newsom. I find it hard to talk to Republicans who actually have, or I haven't found too many Republicans that actually have like a developed opinion on how California's so bad and how other states are so good, or how Newsom's so bad.
I'm not coming here just to be nefarious or get mad or anything, but I mean, I live in California, and Governor Newsom had to borrow $5 billion to pay for migrant costs. And I think they're wrong. But what Trump is doing wrong, I'm Hispanic, he's dragging my people through the streets going to Home Depot. And I mean, the way he's doing it is the wrong way. I mean, that wasn't supposed to happen. But I'll tell you one thing, Obama and Biden all used ICE and no one said a word.
Now we didn't dump $140 billion into ICE, and we weren't tackling people at birthday parties and outside their courthouse and stuff at their work.
Yes, you're right. Technically, you're right. However, I mean, you want to get rid of criminals, right? That are here illegally, correct?
No, I don't care about people who were like undocumented. That doesn't really hurt my feelings.
What do you mean?
Like if someone's here, just like a single mother of 3 kids working at a supermarket is here and she pays taxes and doesn't pull anything out of the system, no, I don't think we should hire a special task force to go tackle her at her place of work and remove her.
Absolutely.
If she breaks a crime or she breaks a law, she gets deported anyway. So
You're right about that. I'm saying you want criminals from other countries here illegally. You want them deported, correct?
yeah, again, like 60% of the people Trump is supporting don't have crime in either country.
I know, but you don't understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, let's just say, throw out a number, like we had 11 million gotaways or whatever. Let's just say under Biden, 11 million
It was
migrants came
1.5.
through. Excuse me?
1.5 million gotaways during Biden.
Well, nobody knows the exact amount.
Well, that's the estimate.
Okay, there you go. Estimate. Good. I like that word. So, I mean, I don't understand why everybody's making a fuss when he's going out to pick up criminals and puts them in alligator Alcatraz.
They're not criminals. That's why.
No. Look at MS-13, those type of criminals that come from other countries.
The MS-13 was a gang that started here in Los Angeles in 1980.
Okay. Pickles, you're good. You have a rebuttal for a lot of stuff that I'm saying, but I don't think you're really listening to what I'm saying.
I am. So like people, I've listened to a lot of MAGA try to explain their grievances with.
I'm a centrist now. I'm sorry, I'm a centrist now.
Well, people who voted for Trump, I have a hard. A lot of this is, and I don't mean to belittle you, but it is a little bit deconstruction because when you actually sit here and articulate these things with me, and I hold you accountable for some inaccuracies, you do have to kind of think of this in a new light. And a lot of people can't really articulate their actual grievances, like where the harm is coming from when we say there are 12 million undocumented people here. There's nothing but projections showing if we remove a bunch of them that our economy will tank, just like the '08 housing market crash, literally the same or worse.
I'm going to say, I mean, just hypothetically, the mayor of New York, he's going to be running for mayor of New York. His name is Mamdani. Yeah, Mamdani. I assume you would vote for him if you were in New York?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that says a lot.
What does that say?
It says the Democratic Party is over. The traditional party of Cuomo, Governor Cuomo, the traditional Democratic Party. And actually, what's happening in New York, it's going to be a bellwether how the country's going to take its turn.
What do you think is happening in New York?
Well, that guy, I can't pronounce his name. Mamdani. Okay, Mamdani. So he panders a lot. He goes to different communities and panders to them. And now there's an uprising, not an uprising, but there's A lot of people are against him because he wants to get rid of police. If you see his speeches from 2 years ago, he's a radical. I believe, in my opinion, he's a radical socialist. And New York and Manhattan is not ready for that because Eric Adams, I think he's running too. But Governor Cuomo, I think he's going to still be on the ticket. And Governor Cuomo has to, in my opinion, has to win. Because if Governor Cuomo wins that race, even though it's a mayor race, it's the end of the Democratic Party as we know it.
I don't know
And
what
it's
that
open.
means. We're
It
winning
means
special
that
elections everywhere. We're literally destroying Republicans in a
saying,
lot of special elections.
well,
We're
you
doing
saw the
just fine.
approval rating 17%.
Yeah, I don't think that means what you think it is. I don't think it means what you think it means. Trump's approval rating himself is at record lows. It's like 45%.
So, do you think the Democratic Party as a whole, you probably won't say the truth, is in trouble? Yes or no?
No.
Oh my God, why would you say that? You have
because
CNN.
we don't catastrophize this weird thing. You guys won by 1.7%, and it's the first time in 30 years you guys won a popular vote. I can't believe you guys are so like upbeat about what you have in your plate. Trump is doing horrible things and scaring off people just like you from the party, and you think that 1.7% won't tip the other way?
Well, you think too far ahead is what you do, right, Pickles?
I don't know.
You're pretty good. You're good at what you do. I mean, you're a good host. I could never do hosting like this, but I think sometimes you have a mindset in your way that you don't listen to other people. Like that when that mayor voting comes up, if that guy wins, it's over.
I'm excited about it. I think that we are liberals and people like Mamdani are so much further right than you think. If you look at other countries, they are far past this whole thing where they've got free busing. They've got like free healthcare. They've got free all sorts of stuff. And the world didn't end. They're still doing fantastic. They're not this like socialist regime. It's social democracy. We do all sorts of things to create like social safety nets and benefits to being an American. It's a great thing. Right? You guys are talking about how great it is to be American. We're the strongest, richest country on earth. Why have all of this extra privilege and not help other people who are in need? I think it's so selfish and horrible, and it's like a brain virus for y'all, like the mind virus. You guys hate any instance of people getting help, and you say, "Well, I am successful and I do okay myself, and you should earn it."
Well, that's what you just said. You're talking in general. I know you're not talking to me, but you're talking in general Republican Party, and that's wrong. You have everything wrong, in my opinion. You have a mindset. Look, I know you're Democrat. You have a mindset that there's nothing wrong with the Democratic Party, and there's everything wrong with it.
I guess it's straw man. I'm sure there's a few holes you could poke in the Democrats' way they do messaging or whatever, or the fact that we did X, Y, or Z with primaries last year. That's not a big deal to me. When I've interviewed thousands of MAGA and I find out that they've been lied to or they just don't know anything and they've made very uneducated decisions based on what Donald Trump has told them, I don't have any sort of introspection to do. I don't want to feel like I should resort to lying and win like he did. I think we're above that, and I feel like Trump will ultimately he will reap what he sows if he does horrible and the economy does horrible because of his silly fucking crazy fringe economic decisions and grasp at world power. Then guess what? Less people are going to vote for him. I don't think that's like Democrats are so fucked because y'all have this weird thing in your head where all of these things coming out of the White House or from Kristi Noem are all real and can be substantiated when we see that Trump peddles lies on the daily and he just shotguns shit into the media and sees what sticks.
So you're saying that I blame both sides. You say there's no blame on the Democrat for how homeless has gotten out of hand for the past 30 years. Both sides.
No, I absolutely, I think Democrats are far better. Can you tell me one thing that Republicans do to stop homelessness? Just one.
Let me ask you this. You think the Democratic Party, look, you have that little smile.
Yeah, you haven't thought about it that hard, have you? Republicans do zero things to help homeless people. They exasperate, and that's why they control 0 cities, because they are absolute disasters.
Okay, you know, I told you about what happened, that the interview where the he's going to be run for the president of the United States. He lied 10 times on CNN. CNN's going after Democrats. That's something new.
CNN's
And we're
owned by
not
a Republican, dude.
no what?
Yeah.
No, look at I don't get involved who owns what. You know, it doesn't matter who owns what. That's Pickles. You know, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, right? It's 4 in the morning. I'm in Southern California. You're good. I mean, I'm not trying to, you know, a debate is exchanging knowledge, it's not who wins. An actual true debate is exchanging knowledge that
I'm not trying to quiz you or play trivia. Yeah, I'm all about seeking the truth. I'm getting both sides out as much as we can.
Well, but I'm not saying anything that's not true.
I mean, you're making speculations that I can easily debunk a little bit.
Well, technically, yes, but I mean, it doesn't mean it's wrong, right?
It's not. I don't buy it.
So, what do you think this country needs? Because both sides. Okay, how about this? Say Pelosi. You know, when she started, she had maybe $30 to her pocket. Now she's worth 800
She's
million.
literally always been rich.
The Pelosi family has. That's true. I'm trying to find something, and you debunk everything.
Have you ever heard of the unusual whales list?
I mean, I don't know everything.
That's okay. I'm not making fun of you if you don't.
Well, I was just gonna make fun if someone doesn't know about something.
Yeah, no,
How
I
about
don't do
this?
that.
Hey, Pickles, let me ask you a question. How many children did Cleopatra have? Go.
I have no idea.
See, you don't know everything. I don't
Yeah,
know
I know.
everything.
I'm not making fun of you for not knowing it.
No, I went to educate. I went to college.
I didn't. I have a high school education. This is the unusual whale list. All right. This is everybody in Congress that made unusual amounts of money versus SPY in 2023. Halfway down this, or somewhat down this list, is Nancy Pelosi. Brian Higgins. No one has any idea who Brian Higgins is. I have no idea. Apparently, he's really good at trading stocks. But it's equal red and blue, right? Like, no one's calling Brian Higgins to be hung by the stake. But it's both sides. There are many Republicans that make far more in the stocks than Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi is what they call a common enemy when you talk about fascism. They basically just give you somebody to obsess with, who's really bad, and they're criminals. You don't know what crime she's committed yet, but you're for sure Hunter Biden, you know, Joe Biden. They're criminals. They have a crime family, even though we have no crimes. We are for sure they've committed.
But I noticed that the biggest two stories about Obama pushing Russiagate, which it's not. It was never real, and then Hillary Clinton was on tranquilizers. What's her name? She said that a report.
Yeah,
it's documented.
I don't know how much you know about this Russiagate thing, but it's actually 100,000% real. And Trump just literally releasing something saying Obama's a bad man and he made it up. It doesn't even add up. It makes no sense. Did you know that the 37 indictments happened from the Mueller report? How did people get indicted and charged and put in prison if it was all made up?
No, everything Trump is charged, he did. Once he's out of office, then he'd go to prison. But there's no precedent to put a president in prison.
I'm not talking about Trump. Trump wasn't indicted.
Oh, who are you talking about?
Paul Manafort.
Come on, you change it. You guys flip flop too much. We're not even talking about him.
Talking about the Mueller report, how you're telling it is all made up by Obama, and then we have evidence that literally everybody around Trump has been caught conspiring with Russia, and Trump pardoned them, and that doesn't make it go away.
How about the news? I mean, the data they had.
What data?
That she read. The Secretary of Intelligence,
Christine Elm.
The one. Not her. The one with the white streak in her hair. I'm bad with names.
Yeah, it's
she has a
Christine
white
Elm.
streak in her hair.
Not Tulsi Gabbard.
No.
Tulsi Gabbard. Sorry, Tulsi Gabbard.
Yes.
Yeah, she's.
See the press conference? Did you see the press conference?
Call complete BS. Yeah, it's complete BS. Here's a list of what happened, bro. Here's a list of the people: Paul Manafort, campaign chair, bank and tax fraud, conspiracy, and FARA violations. If you failed to register as a foreign agent, that is a thing that actually happened, and you get indicted for. That's real. That's not something made up by Obama. And then we have Rick Gates, Manafort's deputy, pled guilty to conspiracy, 45 days in jail, and he cooperated. Michael Flynn, national security advisor, lied to the FBI, pled guilty, later pardoned by Trump. George Papadopoulos, campaign advisor, lied to the FBI, served 12 days in prison. Roger Stone, literally like a fucking cartoon villain. I don't see you're not creeped out like by him, but obstruction, lying to Congress, witness tampering, convicted,
Roger
sentenced,
Stone, that's the guy
commuted.
that they, Roger Stone, didn't they raid his house in Florida?
I hope they did. He's a fucking literal villain.
Well, you guys never mentioned the guy Ray Epps from J6. Ray Epps, the FBI
What about
informant.
What
You
about
never
him?
heard the story about Ray Epps?
Yeah, he got arrested.
Nobody explained. He was an insider.
Okay, and he's pro-Trump, right?
No, he was agitating. He convinced the Trumpers to go into the Capitol. Didn't you see that video?
Dude, I've seen the video of the first people going to the Capitol, and it's literally the head of the head of the Proud Boys and his friends smashing a window with a riot shield, standing on each other's shoulders, going through a oval window.
Of course, that stuff was wrong. I
It's
don't
not
condone
wrong.
that.
It's literally, yeah. I mean,
No,
yeah, that
J6
happened.
should never happen. It should never happen. But I'm gonna ask you this: if Trump has done all this damage in 8 months, there's not gonna be nothing left in 3.5 years. Believe me, there's not gonna be nothing left.
I agree.
He's actually. Oh, for our first, I've talked to you for 20 minutes, and now we finally agree on something.
Well, I mean, yeah, if Trump's going to keep going the way he is, yeah, we're going to be completely doomed. Yeah, we're fucked. This whole tariff thing, if it doesn't fuck us over with our consumer economy, it will in 6 years. Like, we are going to see insane inflation, all at the expense of Trump being able to bully all of these other countries into giving him whatever the fuck he wants. I don't get anything out of this. I'm
But
paying
remember,
huge taxes.
he's getting a lot of these countries to agree to new tariffs and stuff. Did you know at one time, Australia, we had a no tariff, free trade? I think it'd be better to have every country free trade, don't you think?
Sure. If countries need to tariff themselves to protect markets, I think that's fine. And if there's a negotiation needed for that, I think that's fine. But I don't think Trump needs to threaten the rest of the world and the world economy and tank the world by $7 trillion fucking dollars by imposing insane tariffs.
Trump? No, this is my opinion. I think Trump is experiencing, I see it in my grandfather, some type of dementia or sundowner, or he doesn't look well, to tell you the truth, because it's affecting everybody. It's not just Trump is affecting everybody, the world and the United States. It's affecting me. I mean, you're seeing bills you never seen before. All this doctors and prescriptions. I mean, he's fucking up big time. Now, look, I'm not saying I changed my tune because it affects me, but I saw this coming, but nobody thought that Trump was going to be like the H-man, like it's 1942 again. When I see the news, it looks like 1942, jumping out of trucks and 10 people dragging people down the street. It actually, if I'm telling you, Pickles, if you saw what I saw today, they went to Home Depot and they jumped out of a rental truck, 20 high speed. Well, it looked like, to tell you the truth, it looked like 1942 Germany, to tell you the truth. That's my opinion. I actually think, I know I talk a lot, so I apologize. My opinion is Trump, not what happened at Auschwitz, but Trump has surpassed the H-man, I believe, in evilness, because who burns food that's going to go to Gaza, and he burns like 500 tons of food, I think. He burned it, and there were like protein crackers and stuff that, even though it's expired, it's still good because it's packed with a lot of protein and stuff like that.
I heard about that. I heard a little bit about that. Yeah, that sucks.
Well, I'm Gen X. I'm 55. I'm retired, so I watch a lot of media and I do my own stuff. But it's crazy. I mean, I think everybody, and they won't admit it, but people, I think TikTok has kind of, just, it's good and bad, but it kind of destroyed society, because I think, in my opinion, because people, they won't admit it, but they become obsessed with TikTok, and it changes their life. Not change their life, but they focus so much on TikTok that they forget other things. Like, I'm not saying me, but like family and work and stuff that's supposed to get done normally. TikTok, it's good and bad because it gives people a voice, but still, I think it's done more damage than good because TikTok is the number one format. Nobody does Facebook anymore. Maybe they do or anything else, but TikTok is the number one format. And I think people have become so obsessed with these right and left debates that everybody they don't debate. They just, well, you have one person at a time, but when I go on panels with 8 people, it's screaming and yelling. And by the time, they dump me, it's like chaos because people don't entertain. Well, Churchill said it best: when an opinion is other than your own, it becomes an outrage. And I think that's true in these Republican and Democrat, lives. Because if you remember, before 2015, Democrats and Republicans, they could politically talk and have a drink after dinner and talk about politics and pat each other on the back and leave, just like way back to Johnny Carson. It was all political, but nobody got mad and angry. They made fun of each other. It's not like that now in Congress. The decorum. I mean, I'm seeing congressmen and women saying the F word, cussing. I mean, both sides, and arguing. Like the one time Crockett argued with that. What's the one that she looks like Marilyn Monroe? Marjorie Taylor Greene. Yeah, they were arguing about eyelashes or something.
Did you say Marilyn Monroe?
No, I said she looks like her when she was younger.
Oh my God. No,
No,
dude.
hey, Pickles, hold on. Maybe that's too much of an assumption. Maybe I don't know. Maybe she's blonde hair, anyways.
Okay.
But that kind of stuff, and then they aren't saying words. I mean, there's quorum. No wonder society. It's okay for us to cuss and talk bad about people. But what I do when I sometimes I go live and I talk to people, I say people don't talk to each other no more. We have blinders on. You don't have normal conversations. Right now, it's all political. My family.
This is why I think that, though. I think this is true. This is because of Trump and what happened in 2015. Like when the person who is the leader of your party of politics says things that are so outrageous that it has effects. And people, you either have to commit to it and double down and be like, yeah, he said what he said. He said that they're rapists and criminals, or he said it. Obama's Kenyan and the leader of ISIS, and he probably is. Like, you either have to double down and you create a divide, and it says like, oh, Obama is Kenyan. There's no middle ground. Like, it's either no, that's racist and an absolute lie, or Obama's a terrorist. And there's no middle ground. It's not like, you know what? Listen, I think Obama's a nice terrorist. Like, there's no middle ground there. That's why we're so divided.
No, but you're right with everything you said. But I mean, you guys not you personally, but he walked on top of the White House, and the next thing there's stories he's going to build a nightclub on top of the White House, which is the most ridiculous thing. But he does want to build that's stupid. He wants to build this banquet hall for $200 million. I mean, you see, he's so stupid, and he has the power to do it. But why would you spend $200 million when that money could be used for like healthcare for kids that don't have healthcare? Another thing that gets me pissed off, because we should run like the country of Finland, which is half socialist and half capitalism, because we're actually a socialist country as it is right now. If you add up every
democracy. I mean, somewhat. We're the most watered down social democracy in existence, and there are plenty of them in the developed world in the G7 that are doing just fine.
Let me ask you this. We're the most powerful, wealthiest country in the world. Then why can't we take care of our problems here? We take care of the world, but how about the next door neighbor that needs health care?
It's very that's also some very divisive rhetoric too, right? So for us to be this like protectionist, isolationist nation that ignores the world, history repeats itself. If you remember World War II, we got involved way too late. Millions of people died. There's no time in which being isolationist has paid off and less people died, or we paid less money because of it. It's never worked out. And when Russia is doing things like this, invading their neighbor, we should, as rich as we are, as much military shit as we have just lying around, we should be able to fund a nation and show the world, hey, if you're China and you're thinking about invading your neighbors, guess what? You're going to get fucked into the ground. And that's what that would cause peace. And it's not it's not mutually exclusive. We also have the funds to take care of our people at home. It's 0.5% of our military budget that we sent over to Ukraine. And for people to say, oh, we could take that and make people not starve again is, I mean, somewhat true. But if you like social safety nets like that, you vote for Democrats. Those are the people who feed those starving children and make sure that less people go through hardship and
Well,
give
why would
people
you?
the economic mobility to be successful.
Well, why would you say Republicans don't want to feed children or give health care or all that stuff? I mean, we voted these people in, and they're supposed to work for us.
They
Both sides.
obviously they work for Trump. There's been multiple occasions where it's been proven that people have been voting against their own interest at threat of whatever Trump has on them or whatever he's telling them or whatever he's paying them or whatever. These people are just falling right in line.
Okay, here's another question. If the people, I mean, let's say Trump is so bad that he needs to be removed from office. I mean, there must be. I mean, I know there's something to do, but I guess they'll control it. Maybe in the midterms they could do it. I mean, I think that we the people, 365 million Americans could say, hey, we don't want this guy no more. I guess I can't do that. That'd be a coup, I guess. But you know what, Pickles, you're pretty good at what you do.
Thank you.
I know no match for you, but
Oh no, dude. You're a pleasant conversation.
but I'm thinking, when I go out in cities and stuff, I have like a butterflies in my stomach. It's in the air. It just doesn't feel right. You know, all the problems we have in America. There's so many problems. That's why the news moves so quick. I mean, what do we tackle first? Immigration, racism, the transgender community. There's so many problems. That's why I don't think anything can be solved. There's so many problems. I mean, you can't, if you tackle one at a time, that affects the other problems. So I don't know what we're going to do as far as, in my opinion, as America. I mean, geez, it's 2025 and, it shouldn't matter, like, see, I'm from another generation. Like, and when I was young, it didn't matter who you are. We danced with everybody. We didn't think about, who they went home with. It didn't matter. But it matters now for, I don't know what reason it matters now. And I know you guys say Trump is, Trump, he has created the problem because if someone is transgender, they want to fight in the military. I mean, they want to fight for their country. And he says, oh, because they're transgender. And then I did my own research, and maybe I'm wrong, but I heard transgenderism that you're born that way. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know all the facts.
You're absolutely correct. Not all, but yes, people with gender dysphoria. Yes, generally the belief is yes, you were born that way. You have neurotypical delineations. There's this thing called brain sex, and you can see this under an MRI. You can see that these people, their brain is incongruent with their body, and that is not something you can fix by yelling at them or.
So that's what I don't understand. Because say I'm Hispanic, I was born with brown skin. Why would anybody not like me because I was born that way? So that's the same thing with transgender or whatever. 2025, and it shouldn't matter. And I think when we all treat everybody with empathy and compassion, it's going to. I don't mean to bore you.
No, you're way more based. Hey, this is a breath of fresh air. I appreciate you saying that.
Well, just because but then they want you to. They baptize you or brainwash you and, Democrat and stuff like that.
I'm not trying to honey dick you all the way over to the Democrat side. I feel like this is perfect.
Saying, you have to, I think the most important elections are from the local elections from the ground up, the judges and all that stuff. That's, to me, I think that's the most important thing. However, just watching the news, I'm sure you watch the news a lot with doing your podcasts and stuff. But the news every day, the first 10 minutes is all about crime. There's no good news no more. There's no like a county fair, people baking pies and stuff like that. I think the true America, okay, let's say America was never great because of slavery and all that stuff. And I believe America needs to have a thing called, it's the 5 pillars of reparations, because America never showed contrition to what happened because all the slaves were brought here. They weren't immigrants. They were forced here. So I think that needs to be addressed, the first and foremost, for anything to move forward. Because I asked someone one time from the black community, I go, if America, I mean, could you forgive America if they had contrition? And they said, no, we don't want to forgive. We want revenge. And I said, with that mindset, that's the,
I don't know if
I mean,
that's
that's
all
not
of them,
going to
though.
work.
It's not all of them.
What's that?
I don't know if that's all of them.
No, it was one person that said that, but it
Yeah.
just surprised me that, but we do need contrition America as a whole, because, all the stories I hear now that, about all these stories, how they, they still have sundowner towns. I talked to people in Atlanta, Georgia, that 20 minutes out of Atlanta, she says she can't go to a barbecue because nightfall comes and she has to get out of town. So I said that I go in today's society, but yeah, it is. But I'm in California, and people in California, we live in a bubble. Everything's cool here. Everybody loves everybody. Everything's legal here, thanks to Governor Newsom. But we live in like a bubble, and I don't see what's happening in New York or whatever.
Yeah, I feel
It's
you.
like it's the beach and sunshine,
Sounds
but we can't
horrible.
afford it. No, it's not horrible.
I'm
It's
just
so
kidding.
beautiful.
I know.
Oh,
Yeah.
but
I'm in
also
Dallas.
pretty cool.
It's hell here in this time of year.
Well, I heard it's real humid and you have to have air conditioning.
Oh,
Dallas is pretty good. I remember there was a program called Dallas with a lot of rich people and ranchers and stuff.
I
Do you
was
remember?
my mom named
Five.
me after JR from Dallas.
Wait, but your name's Pickles though. JR, maybe Junior or something. Yeah.
My mom calls me.
Hey, I get it now.
Yeah.
I get it. Pickles, and you like the color green, right?
Yeah.
Because the glasses are cool.
Yeah.
See, you're pretty good. You have this smirk. I don't know if I'm boring you or you want me to go now. It's fine.
You're fine. I might move along here soon because
Oh, I
you're not
understand.
exactly like an abrasive or debate, like super debatey. But I appreciate everything, most of the things you're saying. I think you're cool. I appreciate you coming up. You're welcome back anytime if you want to go over something else.
No, I mean there'll be tons of things. I'll think of something else. Hey, but you're pretty cool, and I like this format. I mean, I wish I could do lives like you, but I can't. I just do lives in nature. I talk for an hour nonstop. Hey, can you believe it? I talk nonstop for an hour, and I film from top of mountains, tops and stuff like that. I play music too.
That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope.
And everybody does their thing. Everybody does everything different. Anyways, I'm gonna go now. Like your glasses and your green T-shirt looks pretty cool.
Appreciate you. Hey,
All right, take care.
You too, man. Have a good day.
God bless.
Hey, I'll take all the bromance I can get. I'll take it all. Yellow?
Hello.
What's up? Are you a Trump supporter?
I'm not, but I'm a Kiwi from New Zealand, and I wanted to use if you wanted insight how another country is viewing America.
I don't have any more guests in the box, so yeah, I'll let you say something.
The reason I'm stepping up is because we're obviously not Democrat or Republican, so therefore we can't sort of be in the attack that we're being propagandized. We can only see it for what it looks like. And Trump does not make you look very good. It's not really good at all. In fact, it's sort of scary, almost to the point where we're surprised that so many people are supporting him with everything he is doing. And we just wanted to wish you the best of luck, because your leader represents your country. And that's how he's coming across. So we just want to say from New Zealand, good luck to you guys, and we hope it gets better.
Appreciate you. I do have a PO box if y'all want to send emergency snacks, treats, any sort of goodies. That it all helps.
Cool.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. I also have a Cash App and Venmo in a PayPal in the link in my bio. If you guys are trying to support the stream, it's the best way to do it. Also, tapping the screen helps. 1 like equals 1 prayer. Or whatever. To Satan. Send him Vegemite. I actually have Vegemite from somebody in Australia right now, 4 feet from me. Have I tried it? If she asks, yes. Tried it twice. Is it good? Delicious. Vegemite's the best. No, don't, Trish. I have a guest room in New Zealand if anyone needs it. Yo, I'm coming. I'm coming. I do have Tim Tams. I haven't tried them yet. I don't have toast. That's the thing, and I don't have room on my counter right now for my air fryer. Vegemite behind the ears keeps the drop bears away. I'm sure it keeps a lot of people away. Go get a Tim Tam immediately. Is it a sweet thing? They're sweet, right? It's a cookie. Chocolate biscuits. That's the most Australian thing I've ever heard. Dip your Tim Tam in Vegemite. Fuck that. Where's Pickles? See little Pickles, her head's right. Look at her. Hi, Pickles. Nice sweet butt. Yeah, she's a cutie. More of a snickerdoodles kind of guy. I'm down for snickerdoodles for sure. Dude, have you guys heard of those protein cookies? Maybe it's like Larry and Lonnie's protein cookies. Crazy cookies. There's a snickerdoodle version, and you can read the Amazon reviews on the snickerdoodle ones. And I was addicted for a long time. Larry and Lenny, thank you, Larry and Lenny. They're delicious, but the snickerdoodle ones, they're like setting off a bomb. If you eat them, your stomach turns into whatever green substance that is on the rock that Nicolas Cage is like holding, turns into that. Literally the worst gas ever. Ever. So if you like being gassy, buy them. Sometimes it's nice being gassy. If you like that, they're on Amazon and they're cheaper than all the other ones. They're like $2 cheaper. That's the only one I've ever tried. We know you were gassy, Rhonda. We know it. We could start a World Stack segment on my work. That would be sick. That would be awesome. My son yells at me when I'm gassy. I don't know what it is because they have multiple different flavors, but the snickerdoodle one is a disaster. I'll send you in fish snacks. Just don't make them too crazy. Yeah, yeah, y'all. I am on kind of early today. I woke up at 1 p.m. I had to make it work. What's up, Trey? 1 a.m. 1 a.m. Yeah. First day at your new job. Congrats, Dre. Congrats. Oh my God, Heather's here too. I'm up against my will. I mean, same kind of. Thank you. Just show my support while I get ready. Love it. Have a good luck on your first day, man. Same old stupid job, guys. I do the same thing every day too. Pickles for breakfast. Sorry about that, Steph. Yeah, I am so bored sometimes. I don't know what to do with myself, so I just have to go live because I'm up. Because I can't fucking fall asleep at any given moment or wake up to alarms. I'm my life's unmanageable and I need to turn it over to Satan. You need your voice in your ear to soothe you to sleep. Admitting is the first step. You're on the right track. Yep. Where is MAGA this morning? Turn it over to Trump. Oh my God. I wish I was in an office. How do people defend him? I don't know. You have to be real flexible. Be real flexible and nimble. And somehow overweight. If I stay up long enough, I'll see his press conference. Give your life to Jesus Christ right now on stream, Rich Poor. Jesus Christ, come in me, Jesus. Come all the way in me. Jesus, I accept you in my heart, and I want you inside of me. Jesus, I want you in my heart, and I want you all the way deep inside of me. And I want my will to be yours. Just come all the way in me, Jesus. Amen. I think I feel you, Jesus. Sorry. Jesus, please take all these starving children and deport them from our country. Dear Jesus, please come in me and give me the power to send innocent 6-year-olds to third world countries and war-torn nations. Give me the power to yell at the next homeless person I see and blame them for their problems. And Lord, help me see Alcatraz as something that it's not, and help me divorce me from reality that is in fact a concentration camp full of brown people who are less than human. And dear Lord Jesus, please help Trump as he guides his beautiful hand and strokes his name on each of those executive orders, all 300 of them, since he's been in office. And don't miss those hands because they're small. Amen. Should we start each stream with a prayer? Can we please make that a thing? I want to start each stream as a prayer. Maybe you could even like call someone up from the audience to guide us in prayer. Would any of y'all want to do that? Supporters only can guide us in prayer. You'll be chosen in a lottery system at the beginning of each live. That would be so fun. Johnny would be a great celebrity guest prayer. Johnny would be great. We could do, I mean, this is perfect. Oslo. I don't know, you name it. I would like to get like Off Jawagon to come up and do one, if y'all know who that is. That'd be hilarious. Erica. Nemo. Host is a sleeper agent of homeless. That's right. If you play the wrong song, my eyes roll in the back of my head and I start hating all the gay people. What are we using for Body and Blood? We can use Chex Mix. Cheeseburgers and Kool-Aid. I vote that we use like Mud Buddy Chex Mix because that's the best one. And then the body of Christ. If we were proper Rastafarians, we would probably use bone broth. Bone broth. Cheez-Its. Yeah. High life for blood. Guys, I don't drink. I could use. I guess I could do O'Doors, and you guys could do high life. I'll do O'Doors. O'Doors and Takis. That's perfect. If you guys gonna get real culty, we could do pickle juice for sure. And I promise it won't be my bathwater. Am I in recovery? Just don't drink. I'm in. I guess I'm in recovery. I'm not officially in recovery, but I'm a year and a half sober from alcohol. Pickles back shots, guys. Pause. Hold on. Ketchup and fries would be good, yeah. I would do cane sauce. Ooh. Are we debating this morning? Yep. We're trying. We're trying. Just making you hungry. Chat, I do kind of want canes right now. What do I have that delivers at 7 a.m.? Let's see. What do we got? All the donuts. Taco Bell. Einstein Bro Bagels. Oh my god. Sweet and sour sauce. Einstein Bagels. I make my own cane sauce. Did you guys see the guy that leaked it on Twitter? Do I have Whataburger? We do have Whataburger here. I don't know if they're open yet. Well, I think they're 24 hours. Before the pandemic, they were. Oh, they're open. Oh, that dirty little Whataburger's open. Yeah, I'm in Dallas. I live 2 hours from any fast food. Oh my god, I would never, dude. I want a honey butter chicken biscuit. Did the dog break its leg? No. San Antonio, nice. Anybody else in Texas? El Paso, Weatherford, Rowlett. Oh shit. H-Town. All my exes live there. Nice. Thoughts on Ted Cruz? Very punchable face. I'm outside your window. Come inside. Who's voting for Ted Cruz? The same people who think the earth is flat. I don't know. South Carolina, what's up? I thought Jesus was the only one to come inside. I think I felt him. Jesus, are you in yet? Mesquite, Texas. Very nice. Yeah, that's not far at all. Interesting news out of DC that that Trump is taking over militarily. The stream's wild this morning. I know, guys. I'm a little unhinged. Are they turtle shell glasses? I wish. Good morning, Dina. Good morning, y'all. Chat, we're still looking for Trump supporters. If you want to debate, hop in the box. Welcome to the Pickles Morning Show. And if you didn't tune in early enough, we had our morning prayer. Can't believe no one wanted to yell at you after the prayer. Yeah, I am sorry for all the liberal Christians out there. You know I love you. It's to own the other side, though. It was beautiful. Thank you. For all of the real Christians out there, you know it was beautiful. Blue dot, very rural area of PA. Thank you for what you do. Much love, Alex. Was he big enough to fit inside? I don't know. Feels kind of lacking. Rural Virginia. Yeah, I know, Stephanie. I saw that. We were talking about that earlier. One of the first guests that came up and said, "So what? So what? There's 23% drop in school shootings. Should we just stop acting on that?" Like, I don't know. It's the weirdest reach ever. But yeah, the truth is that they're down 24% or 30 something percent from last year. So out of control. I did not get a spiritual injection like I was promised, Alex. What's up, Tom from Rhode Island? Oh man, I hate that for you. And she says, this is the first time I've come across you and your debate skills are excellent. Thank you. Kids hate the church. My parents brought me to church when I was little, and here we are. I don't know. How do we actually un-F our country? I don't know, y'all. I just work here. I'm just here to yap at people. I can't even wake up on time. Good morning, y'all. I've been up all night, by the way. For those of y'all just joining, I've been up all night. We're looking for more debates. If Trump supporters want to debate, you're welcome to hop up. Until then, we're just gonna do shit and fart jokes and be the grown-ups that we are. one ass tat at a time. Guys, what if I went fucking tattoo artist shopping today? I really want a tattoo. I'm saving up for a fucking car and I really want a tattoo so bad. I'm just gonna do it, chat. Don't judge me. My financial priorities are absolutely fucked. And you're gonna love me through it. You're gonna love me through it. Okay? Salvation tattoo in Oak Cliff. Christian, lesbian, and Democrat. Love that. I love my LGBTQs and my IA pluses. I would kiss all of you all on the mouth without consent. Just get an electric bike. Yeah, I know, but those are the fucking anti-poon. Always with consent. All right, I'll get consent. But if y'all see that electric bike, you know you're saying no. Happy day. What's up, Kenneth? Straight white dude here. Think you're cool. Fuck yeah. Thank you. Caffeine says, you have my consent. You shut your beautiful mouth, Caffeine. Get a Jesus is inside me tattoo? I will. The pedal assist, not the full electric. Is that if you saw a dude on Tinder and he had a scooter, would you smash, chat? You need to sleep. I know, I'm a little delirious. Someone said super swipe. It's a bike, not a scooter, bro. Okay, all right. The bar has been lower. Invite Proud up. I don't think he's proud enough to actually say what he believes in. Would I fit in the back two-seater? We could. We can make it happen. We can get little boosters. I don't drive at all. I actually just I need to make an appointment to get my fucking license, but I just got re-eligible. Thank you, Trish. Debbie Pickles Road Rage. I'm horrible. I mean, I'm actually an excellent driver. I just speed a lot. Yeah, I just need a slow car. Good morning, Jelly Bean. Good morning, y'all. Need a Prius. Dude, if I had a Prius, I would crush ass in that Prius. New Priuses are kind of cool. They actually don't look too bad. Oh, proud. You have such good takes. They're tiny. Yeah, I do need a. I like cars that kind of sit up high. I kind of want an SUV. I should just get an electric SUV. Guys, subscribe to my channel so I can buy a vehicle. Thank you. My insurance rates? No, I haven't. I should have. I mean, I have a clear record. I have no. All of my shit's at least 7 years old. You start with a smart car and work your way up. A summer charger and a winter charger, and I'll never buy another model. Like a Dodge Charger? 6'4" pickles in a smart car. Yeah, I know. I'm too tall. I'm too tall for those tiny things. I legit was in an Uber the other day where I had to do this in the back seat. I couldn't. My head was in the ceiling. Damn, caffeined. Prices are junk. Do we get cold in the winter? For like 4 days. Like every 4 years we get snow. No Toyota is drunk is right. Don't they maintain their resale value like better than any other brand? Maybe I can move there. I'll just go on a work trip that week. Yeah. Honda's #1? Oh. You can be my cat sitter. My cats love little dogs, and you can take my car. Perfect. Honda Civic will last forever. I wouldn't mind getting a Honda Civic. I wouldn't mind it. Hello from Melbourne. Wow. Did I really get the tattoo? I did. I did. I do have a silly goose on my left butt cheek. Show it? I can't. It's in my Discord, in my announcements, if y'all want to see it. It's on my Discord. You guys have to join my Discord. Proof or didn't. I was streaming it. I streamed it. $24 years, 25 years of a Forerunner. Wow. I'm in an Uber right now. Red Toyota Corolla. Nice. It's 5 a.m. Yeah. Good morning, y'all. Quadrasteer. I worked at Toyota. Good cars. Yeah. Yeah, chat. I'm just spacing out. Do I need to go eat and come back? Do I need to go take a walk through the garden? Take pickles out? Just moved to London. Public transport is excellent. Yeah, I know. There's like no shame in not having a car in like New York. but in Dallas, doesn't work too great. Did I add a pickle on the left side of the goose? No. I have no desire to own a car. Right? I don't. It's honestly pretty awesome right now. I have no bills besides rent. No bills besides my phone bill and rent and some stuff for streaming. Go eat some breakfast. Currently gardening. Jealous. Jealous. Pickles gardening stream. Let's go. I can do it on my alt. I've been on for 3.5 hours. I didn't get my license. I was 26. I had my license and then I got it. It expired and I couldn't renew it because I had tickets and I paid them all off. Do I ever stop by and grab tamales at Delia's? Delia's. Dang, that's real close. I totally could. They're delicious. Bad B, you're in the area. Today's your first day as a principal? You're a principal, Hoofy? It's terrifying. Tamales are the best food in the world. Yeah, they're pretty good. What's up, Sinatra? I definitely might do that. They open at 10. I could totally do that. I could totes do that. Actually, it's a little further than I thought. It's a 32-minute walk, but a 5-minute drive. Brisket tamales are goated. There's a place in Bishop Arts called the Salty Donut, and they get barbecue from, I think it's Lockhart. Where do they get their barbecue? It's so fucking good, but they make kolaches with their barbecue, and they're so good. I would do unforgivable things for one right now. Unforgivable. All right, chat. Promise I'm not spacing out on you. Really bring out the pickle. Breaking Benjamin. A few years back, the Aztec Theater. Wow, Bad B. Trump ain't him. Fudge. Fudge. I think I'm gonna go walk to Salty Donut. Arcane? Do I like birria tacos? Yeah. Do I stream and walk to the Salty Donut? Where's Miss Pickles? I could stream and take Pickles on a walk to the Salty Donut. I can hide my location as I'm out walking away from my place. We do some of Salty's signs. No way, Jordan. Can Pickles go to the Salty Donut? Yeah, of course. Okay, is it 5 or 6 there? It's 7 a.m. right now. All right, let's do it. Let's go take Pickles to go take a gym. And we're going to go to Salty Donut. And Google, make sure it's open. Oh, she's open. Oh, she's open. You're talking about Azerbaijan. Yeah. Oh yeah, she's open. Chat, we're gonna go live. We're gonna go live on my phone. I'll see you guys in just a second. If you love me, follow me, or else this is the last time you'll see me. See you guys in just a second. I'm gonna go throw on some socks. We're gonna go get some fucking donuts and fuck shit up. I love you. Chat. Chrissy, thank you for the $5. Grab me a donut too. I got you, Chrissy. What's my favorite donut? I'm gonna be getting kolaches, but I might get a brown butter donut, cake donut. They're delicious.